No.
That would be mean.
No.
That would be mean. Do I need to scoot over to be...
Oh, yeah.
On the camera.
Now you're in it.
Let me get my mug nice and center there.
Don't tread.
There we go.
Where'd you get that? At a Buc-ee's?
I just got where a lot of patriots are at. Certain rally, you don't have to know which one.
Okay.
No, that was a gift from Ben and Katie. It was at Buc-ee's, actually.
It looked like a Buc-ee's.
Yeah. They gave it to me at Buc-ee's, and it's a really good mug. So sometimes I'll bring it into work, not realizing, and then it's like, don't tread on me.
I can't imagine people at your job giving
Well, that's
shit.
the thing is I don't want them to start conversations where they're like, that's a patriot, you know?
Why is that so immediately associated with like bad?
I think it's I think now it's anti-vaxxer type stuff. I don't think it was bad before.
I support
Don't-
the Army.
Yeah, don't tread on me as Marines, right?
I don't think
the
it's. I
Marines.
think it's just more like I'm a libertarian. I'm going to go live in Portland or like Oregon, Northern Oregon. I'm going to have like a Ruby Ridge situation.
Right. Which that's like cool. That's counterculture, and we should all be in favor.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, at this point,
Get your wife shot by the FBI
at this point, yeah,
because
like,
your dog was barking.
If you're mailing like poison to the government, you're like Martin Luther King Jr. Like at this point, truly, what do we ask? What do we want out of people? The revolutionaries are over.
You're basically Dr. Cornel West.
Yes,
honestly.
exactly. Did you guys see this? That they're chanting the Azov Battalion in Lower Manhattan.
No, what is that?
It's like there's like a rally, and it's just a bunch of people that were on probably for BLM and shit.
Sure,
and
a lot of ear gauge people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, wait, hold on. Let me make sure the speakers.
this
Stupid
happens
shit happens every
episode.
goddamn
All
time.
right.
Jace, why don't you get out of here? I'm sorry for this.
I'm sorry. I came in with so many segments and stories prepared. I always prep for this like I'm doing late night. Me and Richie run stories for like hours, and then I'll hit him with the golf trip story where I met Bob Euchre.
And I'm just like,
We're just stealing Norm stories.
and I'm like, Jace, just fucking raise your eyebrows when you say that, and then look into the camera.
Yeah,
that'll hit really hard.
We'll go camera 2 on you.
I did Jace's makeup before.
Yeah,
That'd be funny. A guy going on like Jimmy Fallon, and he has he brings his own "Don't Tread on Me" mug.
that would be a good bet. Like he just pulls it out last second, so they can't stop him.
Last second, they're like, "God damn it! We thought, fuck, we were promoting your HBO Max show about
Jimmy Fallon." Just be like, "So great, so great."
Yeah, the Marines. Yeah.
We should bomb the U.S. government. It's great.
So this is very funny because
Yeah.
this is New York.
Sure.
This is the
Big Apple.
The Big Apple.
Yeah.
It's what some would say is a melting pot.
As Andrew Schultz would say, it's a New York state of mind.
As Andrew Schultz would say.
Andrew coined that term. That's the first place I ever heard it.
Yeah.
Did you see that playing it? Somebody sent me a clip of his special.
Yeah,
where
they're dancing and
playing
singing
like in
to
New York.
York.
It's like, is this a fucking Yankees training game? Like, what is this?
I don't even know. It looked like when the Big Three was formed in Miami. like Andrew Schultz is like, not 7, not 8, but 9 specials are coming out this year. So here they're...
Sure. All right, let's hear that.
Right, I guess this is really annoying me right now.
You can't
is
get the video
just
playing?
not playing?
It looks like it. Maybe it was.
There they go.
Really, you could have told me this was the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
It's the San Gennaro Festival.
Oh, the fishes. The Festival of the Fishes.
Azov! You know, Tone, the Azov Battalion, they ain't so bad.
Yeah, Tone, it's a parade where we celebrate Nazis for some reason this time.
Tone, okay? There's only like 400 or 500 of them, okay? It's not that bad, Tone.
Tone, it turns out Palestine is good now.
Tone, you listen, I know we're paying more for gas, but it's worth a clean conscience, okay? But that's just funny. A bunch of Patagonia-wearing Manhattan people chanting for a Nazi group.
Yeah, the Azov Battalion.
Yeah, and that's probably a more so like a Democratic. Those are probably like Democrats, right?
Right, sure. I mean, they're living in New York City.
They're living in New York, yeah. So I don't know. The Democratic Party needs to go back to the days of when the people that represented them, they were good, righteous people with morals, like John Wayne Gacy.
Right, sure.
I was just watching the John Wayne Gacy documentary.
Right,
Big Democrat.
Big, yeah. He met Ford. No, he met Carter's wife, right?
Something like that. Yeah, he was like, there's pictures of him with he's having everybody over for barbecues.
Like the Donald Rumsfeld, Saddam Hussein photo. Like they're shaking hands with Gacy.
Yeah, with Gacy.
Yeah.
That guy.
Great guy.
He was, what a killer. He really is so. Have you seen any of the documentary?
I used to be a big serial killer guy until it got popular.
It's like if Chris Farley was like murdering young men he wanted to bang.
I know, he looks so Chicago
He's
too.
such a Chicago guy.
He was murdering the kid, just like, all right, get down in the basement there. I'm gonna tie you up, rape your mouth real quick, then I'm gonna kill you. All right.
You think his dick had like a pickle and a tomato on it every time he shoved it into the kid's mouth? But yeah, that's
gagging him with a big Bears hat.
Yeah, Bears.
We're gonna go 16-0 this season now that we got Roger Staubach.
Hey, I gotta put this sock in your mouth, but it's all right. I dipped it in au jus.
Hey, you hear that? Sufjan Stevens got a real good album. He wrote a song about me. He's a queerdo.
He was a very likable serial killer.
Yeah.
He really did great.
I went to the Museum of Death, probably 2016, because they have like a lot of Gacy paraphernalia there. You walk in, the first room is like his clown shoes and a couple of his paintings, and then they clearly ran out of stuff. So the rest of the museum is like, hey, here's a photo of a kid who got ran over in 1945. It's like, I don't want to see that. I want to see.
That was the Museum of Death?
The Museum of Death, yeah.
I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, it's not.
I need Netflix to direct it. Right. Isn't it crazy that like we know comics that, you know, like Tim can't really get a Netflix special right now?
Well, yeah, Who knows?
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they haven't. He's not on it.
Delete this fucking episode.
He's not on it. But if Tim killed 29 men,
right,
he'd have like a 10-part series.
Sure, yeah. Netflix. It is funny that Netflix is like, we poured billions into every serial killer documentary. I don't know why we're failing now.
You know, it's going great for Netflix right now, so
it's
all working out.
I don't know. Didn't you say you know somebody that just they put all their money into Netflix?
Oh, like, yeah, one of my dumb coworkers. Thanks for setting me up. I am doing panel. Well, that's right, Conan.
Jace, you were just in Hawaii recently, right?
Yeah, I was dating Ezra Miller. They're beautiful and a killer. No, my coworker is this really dumb coworker. He's like 58. I was telling you guys, and he, instead of putting all his money in a 401k, just has it in like 6 stocks. And one of them is Netflix. And he just came into work on like Tuesday. He's like, what happened to Netflix? So I was like, oh, yeah, they projected like that they're going to lose a lot of viewers. You didn't see that? He's like, I'm fucked. He was basically like doing like a Tim Robinson sketch. He was just like, I'm ruined.
Imagine like the guy.
He lost like 80 grand.
You're like in your 60s and you don't have like a normal portfolio. You're just putting your money onto like Cash App stocks. Right. Like that's where your whole life savings
That's the whole purpose of a 401k. It's like diversified into like thousands of stocks.
Right.
But he's just like, I'm just going to let the market roll, baby.
Yeah. He's like, Netflix, this is a new company. They're going to take it to the top soon.
How many times do you think people in his family got like a talking to about how like 401ks fuck you?
Oh, knowing this guy
you can just choose yourself.
Times. Yeah.
And it'll, you're like a complete idiot because he's go with the system.
He's one of those guys where he's like right about everything, but he's just a moron. I told you he eats McDonald's every day.
Yeah.
And literally I have to bring headphones to work because when he eats McDonald's, he eats it like
just like that.
And like literally does like cartoon like
the sound of when somebody's eating where you just wish they were shot in the head. Yeah. There's just something about it where it's like, you should be, why are you eating a cow that was put down in a horrific way? You're the cow.
Right. You eat like a country bear from Disney. Like somebody who makes nom noises.
Yeah, right.
Nom, nom.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'd love to kill him with a big hammer.
In a clown outfit.
Ever since I saw the Northman,
dude,
I just want to kill people with hammers.
I was just telling Richie about that.
Yeah.
That movie kicked ass.
It's
honestly.
Great. Yeah, it was like white Black Panther. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really. It also showed that white people are real savages too.
Yeah, no, it's like. It made me proud of my roots.
Yeah, I mean, they're chanting.
We were warriors.
They love doing meaningless chants around fire and wearing, skinned animals on their head and shit. I thought that was all for the other people.
Right. We were flashy. We had pageantry. We'll put a wolf on us and throw a kid in a fire.
That movie was so it made me like feel like more of a man immediately after.
That's kind of what I mean. Most of my like genealogy is from that area. So I was like, there was kind of part of me is like, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
that's just what. Like I was listening to a Dan Carlin on the Gaelic Holocaust. Like the Gauls are all the northern people. That's what they called them. It's not funny, but who cares?
No.
They were like a foot taller than everybody in the Holy Roman Empire. They were like called giants back then because they're all like 6'4" walking around.
Right.
And they were the only empire that actually like would conquer like the Holy Roman Empire from time to time. They would just come in and like wipe cities out just out of nowhere. And they were viewed as like monsters by the Romans.
And they're in such good shape.
Yeah.
They all look like Rob Gronkowski. You're like, is there a Gold's Gym in Iceland? Like on the ship that they all live on? How are they in such good shape?
They're all running hook patterns in battle.
The movie literally made me want to like try Alpha Brain.
Oh, it was literally, I was like, because I bought a squat rack last week, but I haven't assembled it. And halfway through the movie, I'm like, I'm going to Dick's. I'm getting that 300-pound weight set. I'm just going to start throwing weight up, dude.
Dude, it made me want to like just really like rape and pillage poor people in the villages and stuff.
This is what we were built to do.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was all apocalypto.
I know.
But we did it too.
Yeah,
apparently.
It was the whites.
Well,
yeah.
I'm 0.3% sub-Saharan African, so that's not me.
That's
but
true. You're a little Ashkenazi Jew
as
well.
But when he catches the spear, what a scene.
What a great scene,
What a scene. The movie's hot too.
Yeah, it's really
a lot of hot Nordic sex.
I want to fuck all of them.
Yeah. I love movies like that too, where it just shows like you could have like a million like stab wounds and you've been stabbed in the heart and everything. All you need is you need to just find a hot spring.
Right.
There's just like there's always a scene where the guy's healing himself and he's just in a little natural jacuzzi. Right. And I guess that cannonball wound clears right up.
There's a scene where he's beat to shit and he just goes into the hot spring. And part of me, I'm so dumb. I was like, I guess it has like minerals from the volcano.
I'm like,
or something.
No, it's the Epsom salt in 825 AD. It's not. I get it. That's the oatmeal bath he's taking.
He rubbed the grass on his wound or whatever.
Right.
Also, I've told you in the group chat. This whole podcast is SRP group chats.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
we should name it Group Chat.
Group Chat, the podcast.
I mean, there's 45 group chat podcasts.
Yeah, there's everything. No, they should have had Anya Taylor-Joy should have a big fake ass and huge titties in the movie. Was my only issue with it.
Anya Taylor-Joy, look at her. This is the lady. She's the she's the chess lady.
Right.
She's in the chess movie show on Netflix.
The Queen's Gambit.
And she's good.
She's got that incest face though.
But it's interesting.
She kind of looks like E.T. was hot a little bit. She's got like the eyes on the side of the head.
Alien eyes.
Yeah,
and I say this looking like the serial killer we were just talking about.
But you're a man.
Yeah.
And that's what's
another
important.
True.
It's another classic case of white women getting away with murder. You can look odd and you're going to be the sexiest woman alive on People magazine.
Yeah.
Like Julia Roberts, the lady, she was like
the Greyhound
hottest woman alive in the 90s and shit. And she looks like she eats fish if you throw them at her. Like she's a pelican. But we had to be told she was hot. This lady looks kind of like her eyes. She looks like if you unzipped her, the little man in Men in Black would be in her head, like at a control system. But Richie, you were telling me that she's like lied about her upbringing or something.
Somewhere I was.
She's like from Argentina.
So yeah, I think like she's trying to make like her sob story. I mean, she's the daughter of a banker. Mm-hmm. She was born in Miami, it says, but she lived in Argentina until she was 6. And
so she was 6, right?
Yeah, and then moved
to London.
To London, and this is her little sob story quote right here.
Mm-hmm. Argentina is all green, and I had horses and animals everywhere. All of a sudden, I was in a big city and didn't speak the language. I didn't really feel like I fit in anywhere. I was too English to be Argentine, too Argentine to be English, too American to be anything. The kids just didn't understand me in any shape or form. I used to get locked in lockers. I spent a lot of time in school crying in bathrooms. Wow, he sounds like Earl Sweatshirt. To Argentine for the London kids, to American for the
When he says harder than immigrants work, he's talking about Anya Taylor-Joy.
But they're gonna use her, like they're gonna be like, well, we want to put a white person in this, but Anya Taylor-Joy.
Well, she was trying to say she was a person of color for a little bit, and if you watched her on SNL, which I didn't, I just saw it on Twitter. She ends her SNL monologue by basically going, "I'd like to say a little thing in my native language," and she's like, "Donde eres? Los Estados Unidos." Yeah, if you can pull up.
It was on Twitter, you saw?
Yeah, somewhere, I don't know. Anya Taylor-Joy, SNL, Spanish.
or like monologue, whatever.
Yeah. She just speaks Spanish and then everybody, cheers. So it's kind of her trying to be like, hey, I'm not one of them broke ass, crack ass motherfuckers.
She's like, no, I am an immigrant. I am a minority.
Right.
Before we begin, it would mean the world to me to start the show in my native language. So you guys don't mind, do you? Is that okay?
She's like, my native language. Ika baka ooh. Ika ooh.
Okay.
She hops in a spaceship.
Right.
Tenemos un show increíble para ustedes esta noche. Lil Nas X está acá, así que por favor no.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if she just started speaking Swahili, like clicking noises and whistles.
As everyone knows, I spent a week in Nigeria.
They communicate through drumming there. You might not know that. So if I could pull my traditional native drum called the Ubuntu.
You guys see Bill Murray's like a dick or something?
What?
I don't know. They're trying to ruin Bill Murray. Bill Murray, Being Mortal production suspended due to complaint against Bill Murray for inappropriate behavior. They're gonna Me Too him before he dies.
He did beat his wife back in the day.
Who didn't? It was the 80s, wasn't it?
I think it was the 70s, so it's even like,
70s.
Well, who cares?
Wasn't it mandatory in the 70s to give your wife a shiner here and there?
Who amongst us?
Who amongst us?
Glass houses, guys.
Come on.
Yeah, they were trying to, also on Twitter, they were trying to, like, I guess come after Steve Martin over the King Tut. Do you remember the King Tut bit he did back in the day?
On SNL?
Yeah, where he sang the song. And I mean, of course, it's dated now, but everybody's trying to be like, see, this is like why white people, when you give them humor, like this is what they come up with. And they were trying to say, I think it was like kind of racist to pretend to dress up Egyptian.
You see what happens when you give white people an opportunity. You have the golden age of SNL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The most remembered reference time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why do we remember that?
Well, the weakest thing is that they show it and then it's like, well, it's mid 1970s humor, so it's just not going to hold up as well. But I still like Steve Martin. I like his stand-up albums.
He should, honestly, wait till these people find out about Bringing Down the House. One of the most racist, hilarious movies ever made.
Yeah, Eugene Levy should be in jail for that movie.
That movie is completely insane.
The whole movie is Eugene Levy going like, well, let me break down some of that chicken wing home skillet.
It's true.
Let's just try to fuck a big
There's an entire
woman.
scene where Steve Martin's like, oh, my neighbor who's an old white lady, she's coming over and I got Queen Latifah in the house. What do I do? So they make her a slave maid. And she like serves dinner to all of them like she's a slave.
She's dressed like Aunt Jemima,
yeah, like
right?
Aunt Jemima. And Steve Martin's just like, this is what,
we have to.
We have to. I mean, it's my old white neighbor coming over.
They're like, oh no, there's a black person.
There's a black person in the house. She's bringing down the house. And then there's a whole scene where they go to a nightclub at the end, and Steve Martin's dressed like Allen Iverson.
Yes.
Like he's got like
the beanie and the Iverson jersey, I think. Yeah, down to his knees.
I got it. There's this scene must be on YouTube somewhere.
Oh, man.
Bringing Down the House is an epic. I loved it.
It's funny that he films that scene and then goes home to a house full of like Cezanne paintings and like Vincent Van Gogh. Like he's a brilliant art collector.
Okay, hold on. Club Showdown.
Oh, does he do a dance off?
Yeah.
You've been drinking some of that haterade?
What's up with you? You've been drinking some of that haterade.
Where you from? From the hood and misunderstood.
From the hood and misunderstood.
Strong, baby, strong.
Can you swerve, snowman?
I got honky spray painted on my forehead. Of course I can. I'm trying to peep a bow wow.
You so at home here? Then dance with the woman.
I can. I got business.
Oh man, we ruined everything.
Yeah. You really do see why the overcorrection came when you watch that.
You get it. I
You're
guess.
like, I get why Amanda Ruffin has a show now.
I think it's Amber. Ruffin.
Whatever.
You white piece
Who
of shit.
gives a shit? She looks like a ventriloquist puppet. She sings about vaccines.
I know.
Every talk show host just does musical shit now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They're just in the street holding up traffic, dressed like one of the fucking, dressed like the green M&M.
I would love to just James Corden doing one of those, and then just the LA riots breaks out around him.
Yeah.
Just gets sniped
James
by
Corden,
Koreans.
He gets Reginald Denny'd right on the side of the
Pulled out of the carpool karaoke car.
Guy throws a brick at his head. You see him from the aerial shot of the helicopter. The guy goes, "Woo!"
Just his fat head, teeth falling out. Oh man, that'd be great.
Yeah, they're like, "Try lip syncing now, bitch." He gets shot by some Korean store owners.
Yeah.
He catches a stray in the ass. That'd
Guy
be great.
smoking a cigarette while shooting a gun. Man, I love all that footage. I know we've talked about it
Greatest
so much.
footage ever.
Greatest, yeah.
LA riots, best thing ever.
Because all those convenience store owners, they were military trained. Because in Korea, you have to serve in the military.
Right.
So every single one of them had extensive firearm training.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and they were making just perfect. They were just ducking behind bags of Doritos. They had that was their gear.
Yeah, there's one clip I saw that's it's just basically a guy, it looks like a drawing, giant glasses, tucked in shirt, and he's just walking down the street.
Yeah,
firing beautifully. No recoil. It's great.
People are using Big League Chew for a bulletproof vest.
But yeah, I don't even think we need to play the whole scene. But
right, you get it.
You guys heard how ridiculous that is.
Play a little bit more. Come on.
All right.
I got important business to take care of.
All right, he's just dancing now.
Dancing with a black chick. He doesn't know
doing
what
the
to
awkward,
do.
yeah,
He's
white
like, I
dancing.
don't know.
I'm here to unwind, two-step with a thug, relax and fall back, no outlet for a thug. In the zone, daddy, you got the name here, no, don't stop moving to the end of the song. Whole club staring at me, how I do it.
And fat black girl comes in.
Yeah, then she comes in.
And he's like, oh no.
You can't handle the truth. Watching the
The amount that fat black women were just thrown into shitty comedy movies,
Yeah, that's
it's a little awkward.
In their defense, I think their only knowledge of black people back then was Mike Jones. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all they knew. Was Southern hip hop that was popular during the time.
Do you remember that terrible movie Road Trip?
Yes,
like a
with
whole,
Tom
Yeah,
Green.
they go to the soror or the
Yeah.
fraternity.
Yeah,
and
Stifler gets a candle in his ass or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the DJ Smalls,
Yeah,
he
what,
fucks that giant black
that's like
lady.
a whole that's the through line that ties the whole movie together. That's like the bow on top.
Yeah.
Like the happy ending.
Is DJ Smalls fucks a big black
And
woman.
everyone's like, he's skinny, she's fat.
Right.
This is hilarious.
Yeah, up until 2009, white people thought black women were all Lizzo.
Yeah.
Like that there was a single
well,
one.
Napoleon Dynamite also, they have the running joke where he dates LaFonda.
Yeah.
Which is still, it is kind of funny to me.
I mean, a skinny, nerdy white
That's
person.
always a funny juxtaposition.
dating like a Nubian queen. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was the thing where it was always like, if you're with a black woman, they're 5,000 pounds and they're sassy and
Right.
they I look good, honey.
Yeah, they look
that.
they look like Martin Lawrence in most of his movies.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe no, it's better that it's this way, but but there's more. It's fun. The comedy's funnier.
Yeah, I
think,
mean, there are points like
you're broad and stupid.
the guy, Short Round from Indiana Jones. He's in that new movie, and he's really good in it. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
Short Round from Indiana Jones,
and from the Goonies too,
and from
right?
Goonies. Yeah, he plays what Gadget or whatever they call him.
Sure, right.
But he talks about he retired from acting because there was literally. Once he got older, there was no roles for Asians for 20 years. And then he literally saw Crazy Rich Asians. He's like, oh, I can start auditioning again. And then he started acting.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
That's
nice.
cool.
That's a nice story of diversity.
He's a great actor.
He is really great.
Yeah.
He's really good in that movie.
He's very good in that.
Yeah.
Well, also, none of these movies, Road Trip, Bringing Down the House, these aren't the movies that are in the zeitgeist, that are remembered as comedy gold. So it's they have these moments that are a little off-putting when you go
Dated.
back and dated, obviously, and just these hack scenarios that are overused, but these aren't remembered.
Yeah. Here's
the
thing,
Big Lebowski's. Those are the comedies that are remembered.
Here's the thing, though. When I saw, why was everyone laughing so hard when I saw Bringing Down the House?
Yeah.
Because it is funny.
Because it was funny.
It is funny.
My black
yeah.
friends that I saw it with, we were only 12, but all thought it was hilarious that a very skinny white guy is dating a fat black woman.
Yeah.
Everybody found it hilarious. It's a hilarious thing.
And I'm kind of surprised. I kind of can't believe that even me as a little boy was like not like whoa with the slave maid scene.
Well,
like
you didn't know enough.
But I didn't. But I just thought that was the point of the movie, was that it was crazy. I don't know.
Right.
Bringing Down the House is a masterpiece. Okay, is what I'm saying. And so is the Breakfast at Tiffany's with
Mickey Rooney.
Mickey Rooney. What is wrong with that?
I love that till the day of his death, he was always confused about why people were mad about that. He was literally in interviews like, I don't get it. I gave my all. I studied. I did the homework.
I studied.
Like he went. That's him going like Stravinsky method. I immersed myself amongst the Chinese. to just go, oh, Miss Ryrie.
That's the most racist shit of all time.
That was him trying his hardest.
Yeah,
to be authentic.
That was him giving a Daniel Day-Lewis performance.
He went home and he thought he was Chinese. He had to remember.
His whole family had to live with him doing that.
Yeah, for months afterwards, he was picking up 2 forks, trying to use them like chopsticks.
Yeah.
He was immersed.
Taking walks with his hands behind his back, like gliding.
Crouching and smoking cigarettes with no hands.
Oh, fuck. Let's get up a picture of that.
Yeah, that is, I mean, it's great. It's truly great. I think they're going to show the picture of him on the staircase because I've Googled this so much.
Yeah, this
just
is,
to look at it and laugh.
This is an amazing. Oh my god!
It's so racist. He doesn't even look Asian at all.
No, it'd be kind of funny.
No, he just looks like a fucked up white guy.
It would be kind of funny if someone.
Oh my god!
Dude, he has like fucking horse teeth in.
Oh my god!
It would be kind of funny if somebody superimposed his face onto Bud Dwyer's when he like shoots himself.
Yeah. And his teeth stop it.
Yeah, put him on the Crazy Rich Asians poster. See if anybody notices. Those Asians are crazy rich.
They're crazy, I tell you.
That's me walking out of the movie theater singing that.
That whole movie really, I saw it. It wasn't even like a movie. It was just like, yeah, these Asians they're fucking rich.
Hey, look at these. We love rich people.
Rich Asians.
They're great.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the whole movie is like, look at it. It's a helicopter. It's landing on a boat. That's what rich Asians do.
It. Yeah, they're like,
because they're crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Asians are doing better though. You go to New York now, it's like everyone at the nice restaurants and everyone having like the time of their life. It's like tons of just Asian couples.
Yeah, I think they do very well.
They're doing really well.
Yeah. If you look at the income charts by race, which I've never done, by the way.
Yeah, no, me neither.
But they are number one.
I don't
in
do
America.
I just check their gums. I don't look at charts. I have them come over and I line them up.
Like the Northman.
The Northman.
You go, this one's strong.
Wasn't it hard to watch white people be slaves?
Yeah, that was honestly, I was watching, I was like, I finally get it.
That's not
the
right.
injustice of slavery.
No! It's also like you're rooting for this guy the whole movie and he's like he's a Viking. Like they're like lighting, they're like right. burning women and children alive,
Yeah.
like, you know.
But he gave a look and he's like,
but he's like, I didn't like that.
I didn't care for that.
So you're like, I'm on his side still. Isn't it amazing the amount of flawed characters that we will get behind and make iconic?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like if you watch Breaking Bad, you stop rooting for Walt like 2 episodes before the finale.
Yeah.
I think it's like when he grabs his daughter and you're like, oh, I guess he's in the wrong.
Right.
Yeah, Skylar might not be a huge bitch as I thought.
Skylar is the most hated character. And the whole time, what is she doing wrong?
Oh, everyone just hated Skylar
because you're like, you're getting away from
people
Walt
just
being crazy.
They just remind her of your mom or wife going, Devin, and it's like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
let me cook meth, dude.
Yeah.
So she was more hated than all the criminals on the show.
Right.
If I had a hanger full of cash, I'd probably treat her that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Be like, I know what I'm doing.
Right.
I fall so into just like believing that these people are like, I just fall into the worlds. Like when I drive through New Mexico, I imagine Saul Goodman is existing somewhere.
Right.
Because it's fun for me because I have nothing else. You know, I like pretending if I'm in New York, I'm like, Tony's right over there. You know, I don't know. It's just fun. So then I actually really fall into them to the point where I defend what they've done. Like on the show, I remember my dad, we got in like a massive screaming match when I was like 17 or 18 where I said like, no, Tony would never kill Artie.
Right.
Tony wouldn't kill Artie. And my dad started being like, I could see my dad like thinking like, is my son like a evil person? Because I was like talking about Tony like, come on, I mean, he lives by a code.
Right, yeah.
And that's his friend. And he would
only
never kill a
kills
friend.
people when it's convenient to him.
I'm like, everyone that I think I even made some point. I was like, everyone he's killed, they all did. So they knew what they were doing.
Watching him choke Christopher, he had it coming.
And my dad's like, Devin, he's a sociopath. I remember like I went to bed, like it was a weird night. I'm like, is my dad gonna disown me because I think Tony Soprano kicks ass?
Right. Well, you and your dad legitimately almost coming to blows over that is also a sign of something.
Yeah, it's deeper than just the show.
This whole podcast could be traced back to you watching Platoon with your dad back
Pretty
in the day.
much, yeah. Yeah. If anyone doesn't know, my dad and I got in a fist fight after watching Platoon.
Oh, I'm
when
sorry,
I was
you
like
never
15. I think I've told it, but on the old show. It was a fun night, you know.
Mr. Costa got a little
My
gassed
dad
up.
he's a little impressionable. And he was teaching a film class, and he gets really into movies, and he watched all of Platoon. And I think at the end of the movie, he's like, "I'm in Platoon. I'm in the war."
In your dad's head, you're smoking weed out of a shotgun.
Yes,
like in your den.
So yeah, I remember I turned the movie off when the credits rolled, and he was like, "What are you doing? You don't think I want to see that?" And he like turned all of us, you know. He had like I turned all of a sudden. He had a bandana on and he had paint on his face.
I need to know who the first AD was.
Yeah, because I turned the credits on.
Yeah. I don't even know what the best man does.
My dad's the guy that sits in the theater throughout the entire credits.
That's insane.
Like
to me.
that guy that like, you know, everyone acts like, you know, you have to like respect the movie.
Right.
I'm like a sophisticated viewer and you're not. Like, listen, I don't know about you, but I want to see who did the catering.
Right.
I love that. I love when people sit through the whole fucking the credits.
I've noticed recently, I think Marvel has trained the general public to do this because I was watching the Northman and the credits roll, and I was like, is anybody gonna get up? And I was like, all right, I guess I'll leave. People I think are so expecting of end scenes now.
Yeah,
but they're like, well, we got to stick around just in case Thanos shows up or something.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, but when it's just for like you're watching some regular boring movie and the credits roll. My dad used to make me feel like a fucking asshole for getting up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't care who was the third grip on fucking Norbit. Right. You psychopath.
Also, you can just go on your phone and like read all about the movie and like watch.
Right.
I go watch like a feature I like the making of, stuff like that.
I had a fucking teacher in high school scream at the whole class and like give us like detention because he showed us a movie and we didn't clap when the credits rolled. And then I remember I was like, but they're not here. The movie was already made. Mm-hmm. Nobody's here that made it.
That's the thing that only happens in LA. I'd never seen that until I came to LA.
People in LA think the industry is going to buy their script because they clapped at the end of the movie.
Now, legitimately, I've been to like, you know, it's like at the fucking Los Feliz Theater, the big Egyptian one, and it's opening night, and people clap because it's like, yeah, there's probably people who worked on that there. That's understandable. But like fifth week at the Alhambra,
the end of
Regent Theater,
the end of Baby Driver, you don't need to clap.
Right.
You know, every movie we go to, it's always a standing ovation.
Yeah, there should be like maybe 4 movies that have ever been made where you clap at the end.
And they're all from like the 90s and before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no movie nowadays worth clapping for. King Richard, you give it a standing ovation afterwards.
What a fart.
Wow.
Amazing fart.
Wait, is that the movie with
Will Smith?
Yeah.
He like farts. There's like a scene where the guy farts.
Yes, yeah. I was thinking of the John Goodman movie King Ralph, I think, when you said that. I was like, wow, that's a deep pull by Devin.
But the city. Also, nobody works in LA, including us. But
right, of course.
But Richie and I, when we did Postmates and shit, we would like
we had Movie Pass too.
Between like 3 to 6, it was like terrible traffic. So we would like turn it off and we would like meet up and be like, let's just see a movie. We go to a movie, we're like, well, it's a Tuesday. No one's gonna be seeing a movie at 3. It's like packed, sold out sometimes.
Yeah.
Because everyone here is like has like a fake life. Like everyone's just seeing movies midday, Tuesday.
They do comedy shows at noon.
Yeah.
You know, at the Clubhouse, Maria Bamford will do a noon show, and it's a packed. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
How does anyone, who?
What are you doing?
How does the city run?
I don't know. Well, and especially after COVID, everybody has like the fake work from home jobs, which I got to get one of those because that seems pretty sweet.
Everyone I know has one besides you.
Yeah, and they just don't do anything.
I
talk to them, they're like, yeah, I do like 2 hours of work a week, you know? It's like everybody has, America is a scam at this point.
I think Trevor Noah was working from home up until like a month ago. Right. He was still doing the Daily Show from like the corner of his apartment. Right.
And if you watch any clips recently, it's just literally him being like, I swear to God, he's doing the comedy equivalent of like, why don't they make the whole plane out of the black box? Like he's doing like that type of shit.
Yeah. Just he's like a real 80s hack.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Smart guy. Comedy is just so unfunny.
Did you see him talking about the Oscars? He was talking about, he's like, I mean, who wants to watch, I can't do the fucking accent. South African, who wants to watch these movies, you know? I don't want to watch this artsy-fartsy stuff. He's like talking about the power of the dog. It's not like you're like talking about like an Ingmar Bergman.
Artsy-fartsy stuff, right. Yeah. The power of the dog went over too many people's heads. Right. Yeah. Well,
anyway,
I guess Ron, you know, they implemented masks back at airports and
in LA.
Yeah,
I hate this city.
This is a quick one. It's just Ron
Howard being fucking
virtue signaling.
You know, Hollywood jizz bag. Look at this cheese dick. Though it's not mandatory and it's a pain, I'm masking it for my flight today, for myself, for others. Now, don't we literally have evidence that the masks like don't really fucking stop it? Like,
I think even like Fauci said that, right? He's like, it doesn't really work.
So what is this?
Yeah. It's just like a little badge to wear.
There's also the selfie he took from like the premiere room or wherever that he's like hiding out in, going down the escalator to get on a private jet.
Right. I also love the amount of people tweeting. It's like, well, get ready for stewardesses to quit in mass. And then every video is like stewardess like popping, or they're opening like vodka bottles. And like,
I saw like 3 videos where the woman's like on her knees, like sobbing, like, thank you so much.
Like every stewardess is like, well, first of all, we are sex addicts, and that's why we have this job. We are gay men and sex addict women.
That is like every single flight attendant. Is
a freak.
They're all freaks.
Yeah. It's the perfect job for anonymous, just weird sex all over the country.
Yeah, because you're always in a new place, hotels.
The guy who, one of the first guys who like the very first like super spreader of AIDS was a stewardess, a steward, a male steward. Yeah. And he like just flew all over the country, just giving AIDS just to everybody. And they even told him, it's documented and the band played on. They told him, hey, you have this disease and you're giving it. Everybody's like, I don't care. I don't give a shit. So
I don't care.
He just kept sucking and fucking.
Wow.
Because they're like, we can't arrest you for just, giving people AIDS or gay flu, what they called it back in the day.
Oh, really? Well, that's a law now. If you can get arrested, right? If you've been knowingly giving people AIDS.
Now.
Probably now, but back then they're like, they literally called it gay flu for 3 years. And then they called it GRID, which was gay-related immune deficiency.
Wow. They're like, we can't arrest you for spreading the disease we're trying to spread to our gay people.
Right. We can't arrest you for this disease the CIA created to kill the gays.
He got a Purple Heart.
Right. And that was a large reason that AIDS spread so much in the gay community, because it was a lot of scientists went to the gay community and they go, hey, you got to shut these bathhouses down. You got to shut like down these theaters, stuff like that. And they thought it was like Reagan era propaganda to like hurt the gay community. So a lot of the gay community did not believe it until, I think like half of the gay community just died during the 80s.
Jesus.
It's really crazy.
That is insane. Yeah.
If you were, we talked about this. If you were Christian in the mid 80s and AIDS came around, you have to just be like, they're finally getting rights, and God sent a plague that attacks them mostly.
Yeah, it's like that's God's revenge. Like God's doing to them what they deserve.
Right. Pat Roberts was right.
Yeah, man. I hope I don't get arrested for giving people AIDS. I've done it a few times.
Yeah.
That is interesting though about flight attendants. They always have such a weird winky
winky. They're always like very flirty.
The back and
you want some headphones?
Yeah.
And
they always really need to get the trash. Right. They'll put their hand right over your fucking dick to grab the trash out of the front. And you're like, Jesus, lady, I'm trying to watch a fucking Norbit here. Yeah. I only watch Norbit.
flight to London, you watch Norbit 4 times.
Every time. Dude, I was on a flight. There's movies that are literally only made for airplanes.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
They don't exist when you land. In fact, when you land, they are deleted off the whole earth. There was a movie I watched on a flight like 3 months ago called, not Wild, I don't know, it could be called Trans or something. It's because it's a movie with Steve Zahn. And he's I can't even. It was like kind of good too, which was crazy. It was like watchable
because you're in an airplane.
Because I'm in an airplane,
Right.
But it's Steve Zahn and his daughter says she's a boy, and so she's like I'm trans, I'm a boy, and the mom is just like, no, enough. Like they live in like Alaska. She's just like, you're a fucking tomboy.
Right.
We're not gonna do anything about it. And Steve Zahn's like, no. Like she's who she says she is.
Yeah.
She's a boy.
Yeah.
And so then like the whole movie, Steve's on like breaking her out of the home and like they're on the run, like living in the hills and the mountains.
It's like Trans Logan.
Yeah, it's like Trans Logan, literally. And like and it's a big chase and they're national news and Steve Zahn's like, nobody's gonna tell my fucking daughter that she's not a fucking boy. Like. It was crazy, but it was all trans, but it was good, too.
Yeah. But you're right, that doesn't, if we Google that right now, it wouldn't come up.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It was made by Southwest, I think.
I feel like the movie Dreamgirls only exists on airplanes. Every airplane I've been in has had Dreamgirls like on the front page since 1997.
Yeah, Dreamgirls is always on it. There's always like the same movie is on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they always got
they always have the movie Chicago.
Yeah,
Chicago's on it. Yeah, they think people really want to get into like a musical flight.
And you're right, I will watch movies that I watched The Incredibles 3 on a plane. Just I'm like, why the fuck not?
Planes are the only place I'll ever be like, sure, I'll watch Ryan Reynolds and Free Guy or whatever, whatever movie he makes a week.
Because you're also like, well, I don't want to be the guy watching Taxi Driver on the plane.
Yeah. I love when they also say like, hey, just watch out for who's sitting next to you because this movie has some intense scenes. Like, like you're watching Taxi Driver next to like a 9-year-old.
Like, you put it here.
Yeah, like, wait, you put it on.
This is on the southwest.com.
Yeah. You know what you can't find on planes? What movie? United 93. Or
I bring a huge laptop monitor just to watch that.
United 93.
And just saying every word with the movie. Let's roll. Oh, man. There is something about the let's roll moment that really does hit me as a man.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
But you think it's fake? I've heard a lot of people try and say that was kind of made up.
It does sound a little Pat Tillman-y, like how they tried to slander Pat Tillman. Or no, they tried to praise him after the fact. But I like to believe it's true.
Wasn't Pat Tillman a good guy, though?
No, he was a good guy, but they tried to paint him as like Pat Tillman, who of course was always pro-war.
Oh, right.
He was talking massive shit about it, and they shot him in the head from like 10 feet away, which a lot of people are like, could that be something? And then they burned all his notebooks about the war and didn't tell anybody until like months after the fact.
Interesting.
It's interesting. And at his funeral, I think fucking John McCain spoke and tried to spin this like Pat was a patriot. He loved this country. He wanted to protect the people of the Middle East. And his brother got hammered and went up and was basically like, I want to be straight on something. Pat Tillman hated your fucking guts. He hated this fucking war. Like,
I think I saw that a long time ago. That was a
long
great
tirade.
moment.
Yeah. Pat Tillman was a great guy.
Yeah.
Legitimately a great guy. Got into the war because he thought he was doing the right thing and then quickly realized he's like, there's no fucking reason.
Right.
I think there's a quote by him where he says, this war is so fucking illegal.
Yeah. Well, it's also a commentary on how bad of a franchise the Arizona Cardinals are. That you're like, I'll do battle. Right. I'd rather have
I can't go 2-14 again.
I'd rather get shot at than play in Scottsdale for the rest of my life.
Right. It's 130 degrees at night.
Yeah. How excited am I supposed to be to go to a tight ends after my game or whatever? Or fucking what are those bars called where all the women are naked?
The groupies have 20 teeth. Yeah. I don't want to be here anymore.
Arizona's great because the women are hot, but all their brains are fried because it's so hot.
That is true.
Just a bunch of retarded hot people walking around.
Yeah. Every time I've been in Arizona, I'm just like, it's like the surface of the sun. It's like 120 degrees. It's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Let's Roll was fake. Chase, you been following the trial of the century?
Oh, you talking about old?
That's all we do here.
Johnny Depp.
It's all we do.
The first harassment trial you guys have ever followed?
Yeah, this is the only trial I'll ever follow. Is the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial.
This is your OJ moment.
Yeah. Well, it's because I'm sick of misandrists, and you know what that word means?
It's people who hate men.
You're goddamn right, Jace, and it's been plaguing this country for far too long.
That's right.
Ever since 2016.
Our values are under attack.
Yes, they are. Our values. No, seriously, don't even fucking joke about that. Our values are under attack.
Right, you're putting out a Tucker Carlson tie.
It's time for men to fight back here. Okay, Johnny Depp is a victim of abuse.
I'm wondering all of a sudden, is it wrong to support victims of sexual abuse? Because the left seems very non-vocal on this issue, where previously it's a man with no penis or balls.
Yeah, he's like not even a real person.
He's a
probably
dickless robot. Yeah.
I know, just a Vineyard Vines vest.
Yeah. No, literally, like you turned Rush Limbaugh into a eunuch and just locked him in a room.
Yeah.
And just have him go off. I hate Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, did you see Nick Mullen's fucking impression of him is so
Oh
funny.
yeah, it's great. Yeah. I mean, I'm just copying that impression. I'm wondering.
Have you seen any of you've been following any of it?
Not really. I try to anything like that. Like I agree with like
Sure.
the points you're making, so I kind of don't pay attention to it, so I don't talk about it.
All right,
that
well, we
much.
got a lot of good stuff for you coming up. Richie, we haven't watched any of this lovable friend, Isaac. The trial is so endearing. Mm-hmm. Jace, it's a lovely trial. There's all sorts of characters. Amber's just getting shit on. Like, she's just the big evil person in the room.
Yeah.
And her defense stinks. Her lawyers have nothing.
Right. She pooped in his bed, right?
She shit in his bed.
I saw that.
Literally shit in his bed. Every friend Johnny has, everybody that's ever been around them's like, no, she was like the crazy one. Johnny's great. There's an assistant that said that Amber spit in her face.
Yeah,
Right.
hates Amber.
She's very pro Depp and said he was very good with the kids and everything. Yeah,
And they're all great. And the defense, her lawyers are just like, they have nothing.
they just keep saying hearsay.
They're just like, Your Honor, bring up this photo. Is this not an abusive man? And it's a picture of like Johnny like passed out on the couch with like Lay's in his lap, and you're like, what? I don't get it. So he fell asleep with some chips.
I saw the picture where they posted. They're like, it's a picture of him like with some Coke lines and some whiskey. It's like, Your Honor, this man has a good time.
Your Honor, this man fucks. He parties.
Here, go. Pull up this Instagram. This is his Instagram.
Yeah, Your Honor.
Ooh.
Your Honor, this man owns
That's his
50
art.
bracelets. Does that sound like a good man to you?
But the case, like I said, it's just filled with lovable characters. It has a lot of Big Daddy moments.
Sure, it does actually.
There's a lot of, I feel like Steve Buscemi's going to take the stand as the homeless guy.
Yeah, Rob Schneider's going to go up as an Iranian again. Just loves playing immigrants.
I used to deliver food to Mr. Depp all the time. All the time. Hip hop. Hip hop anonymous. All right, let's watch a little bit of this guy though, because he was really heartwarming. He's a lovable guy.
After your BFA, did you continue to pursue art full time?
Yeah.
Did Mr. Depp ever express an interest in your art?
Yeah.
When was the first time that happened?
Well, first time you saw a painting in 2008. And then the next time was 2012. I had made a painting and sent it to my best friend, in an email.
Does this have the kissing in it?
I don't know, but he makes the court laugh.
Who is this guy? He's just a friend of Johnny's.
He's an artist.
Artist,
Right.
Johnny Depp's friend, who Johnny Depp, he was like working out of his mom's garage making art. Johnny Depp really liked him and funded him to live in a penthouse where on the same floor as him and Amber in his own place and just make art as long as it took him. And then Johnny would open up a big art show for him.
Okay.
He could sell all his shit to really rich people that Johnny Depp knew.
Right,
Just
right.
basically changed this guy's life overnight. And then they became really good friends.
Also, is Depp, is he the prosecution or is he the defendant in this case?
He's the prosecution, I think. Yeah.
So it's like a defamation.
It's a defamation,
right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good.
And,
Damn
he
right.
forwarded it to Johnny, and Johnny emailed back saying, hey,
Are men
when Isaac
not
wants
allowed to
sell
stand up for
that,
themselves anymore?
Whenever he wants to sell that.
Or is it only okay
go
when
ahead and
women do it?
Get in touch with me because I want to buy it.
Did Mr. Depp ever buy that painting?
No.
Why not?
Because when I brought over paintings, I had moved back to California, and I brought over a bunch of paintings for him to look at and see if he wants any, to buy any. And he looked at me and says, I got an idea. How about I be your patron, and we
What a
put
guy.
together an art show.
What a guy.
Make a body of work, and then I'll throw a party and invite people, and I'll sell the stuff for you, and you could keep all the money. So he didn't buy any paintings there. Instead, he offered me a complete patronship.
Yeah.
So
Here,
what did you
pause it.
understand?
Go
he
look at
meant?
his artwork. This is a good. I feel
This
like
is his
a good
art?
time. Yeah, because Johnny's like, I don't want to hang up a picture of Donald Trump with cum on his face in my.
Oh, his art's very basic.
Here go. There's some.
Yeah, can you make it a little bigger? It's like Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really
It gets
click
kinda-
on them for whatever. I'm not signed into Instagram, but
Here, just make it full screen on the.
it is. Oh,
Like for them to see too. Then it's easy.
So here
Yeah,
it
it looks
is.
like very. Yeah,
Here, go-
that's
go-
Lucille Ball chewing on somebody's testicles. What is
Yeah,
that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, maybe Johnny Depp should go away. Maybe he should lose this case.
There's one. I know these look like Comet ping pong paintings.
Yeah.
These are weird. Is that
It's
an old
very-
lady holding dicks?
It's very pop art for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I mean, I'd love to sit at a diner with him.
Mm-hmm.
But
Annoying.
what is with Instagram? They won't let you use the computer.
Just log in. Show everybody your password real quick.
But anyway, that's that guy's.
Well, there's one. All right.
What?
Well, there's funnier one. There's one with like Donald Trump has cum on his face.
Ooh,
There's one.
I don't care for that.
edgy.
With
I don't-
Bernie
that's our
Sanders'
president.
head severed.
That I care for.
Ooh.
That I like.
Do we not like Bernie Sanders' head?
His art stinks. I don't know what Johnny Depp's a fucking
Yeah,
drunk.
to be fair, Johnny Depp's been doing cocaine for 40 years.
Johnny Depp's a goddamn drunk.
He's just been doing coke and playing the guitar. Just hanging out with Keith Richards in his 80s.
He's like, I can't buy that because I need to get another $1,200 bottle of wine.
Yeah.
I won't be hanging that up, but I will put on an entire art show for you.
What did you understand he planned to do to,
Well, I
to
could-
make that possible for you?
I could tell you that what it included was that the next day I ended up moving into I moved into a art studio penthouse at the Eastern
Can you
Columbia.
imagine
Wow.
if just some widely famous actor fucking just snatched you up, Jace, and they're like, Jace, you live in a
Right.
penthouse and just make Sad Drugs by Jace.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have a big show, and I'm gonna invite like fucking
That's all art is.
Jeffrey and Ghislaine.
That's really what it becomes.
That's
yeah.
what it becomes.
That's all art
Yeah.
is. Art
Yeah, I'm going to help you become a tax haven for the uber
Yeah.
elite,
Yeah.
which
Yep.
is all the art
Yeah,
industry
that's
is.
exactly what I was about
Yeah,
to say. Yeah.
Jace, what if I could tell you that the leaders of this world will hide their money with your paintings?
Listen, there's a lizard man who does not want to pay $1 billion in taxes. So he'd love to draw a minion with a dick, and you sell that to him. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So he's. Should we? I don't know. These clips, they're just so long-winded.
I
Get
just
to the
imagine.
laugh.
I imagine Devin as a lawyer in this case, just being like, "Your Honor, it appears the defense is out of their depth." Just close your briefcase, walk down.
No further questions, Your Honor. No further questions.
It is your opening statement. Every clip of Johnny Depp, he does look retarded.
I mean, he's a guy that dresses like somebody he's not.
Go to
Oh, this was good. This is Amber in 2016 acting and pretend this is her telling a story about getting beaten by Johnny Depp, but it's all a lie.
Right.
And she's really a bad actress.
This is her in like a deposition.
Yeah, in 2016.
I hit your eye. I hit your eye. Hon, let me see your eye. Let me see. Let me see your eye. What if I pull your hair back? And he yanks my head back, and he's, I don't know, smacking my face or moving my face.
Yeah, that is bad acting.
She's like actively trying to be like, keep trying to cry.
She
Let's
starts
cry.
doing Aquaman lines. And I said to Johnny, you have to get to Atlantis.
Smacking my face or moving my face or.
What is this video?
And he's got me by the hair and he's.
Got me by the hair.
It's hard to describe. It's me side to side with my hair.
Me
Are you standing up at this time? Yeah. Okay. and has been pulled
She
out.
immediately breaks out of being sad. Yes.
Yeah.
Confirm that. Yes.
Anyway,
no.
he beat me within an inch of my life. me.
He's still holding on to
He
my
beat
head.
me within an inch of my life.
What's happening?
beat
But
me
he's yelling
within
at
an
me,
inch of my
screaming.
He beat me.
The acting's so bad, the video doesn't even want to play it.
Right. She broke it. Yeah. She broke your internet connection.
Yeah. Well, there's also, I didn't know there's all sorts of footage of Johnny Depp being asked all these questions and feeling all uncomfortable. Here's a kid with cancer asking him what happened to his finger. And this is because Amber.
Right. She cut it up.
Cut it up.
I've seen the photos of
What
that.
happened to your finger?
My finger? I bruised
What if
it.
Johnny Depp got really belligerent? He was like, what happened to your fucking hair?
What happened to your T-cell count,
What's
bitch?
with all the fucking personal questions, cancer boy?
Yeah. I don't get paid to be here. My PR team made me.
He starts drinking a kid's blood because he thinks it's wine. He's like, give me some fucking wine.
Badly.
I can tell you why it's shaking. I don't want to tell you why it's broken.
I was starving. I bit my finger. I ate it. The tip of it.
Aw.
It's little.
I wish he would talk that fast during the court trial.
It is funny in the costume. He just looks like every Johnny Depp impersonator.
Yeah, I know. It's like you don't even. They could literally hire the guy that we just had on.
We
had Pirates.
We had a guy. We had two crazy guys in Abilene, Texas, where we grew up. One was named Terry Berry, and the other one was a Johnny Depp impersonator. But he didn't get paid. He would just walk around town. He'd go to like Barnes and Noble dressed as Johnny Depp, and he'd be like, "Johnny," and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, mate. I've got to get back to my ship."
Isn't your town?
And then just walk out, whatever.
Is your town only like 4,000 people?
It's Abilene's the bigger city next to it.
Did
It was
he
like,
get pussy from that?
oh, I'm sure he got,
Right?
knowing that he got a lot of like blown out blonde hair pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He fucked a lot of women shaped like jelly beans, I'm sure, wearing cowboy boots. And then Terry Berry was, he was a guy in his 60s and he wore short shorts like up to his fucking like top of his thigh, like jeans, and he would just speed walk around town. And then he died because he laid down in front of a railroad track and got hit by a train.
But just to rest?
No, I think, they were like, we don't know what happened. It's like, yeah, he obviously killed himself.
He committed suicide.
The weird guy in the short shorts who walks around town, he killed himself. That's what happened.
Yeah, he's a closeted gay man. Knew he could never face the truth.
He was like a town celebrity. Like he'd be in the newspaper and stuff. Like Terry Berry is seen, near the train tracks.
Pondering.
Kind of just pondering. Terry Berry. You could probably look him up. Type in Terry
When
Berry.
something like that happens, you have to ask yourself, did that even exist?
Yeah.
Was that a figment of my imagination
That's
that there was a
something-
guy in my town named Terry Berry?
Yeah. I've been removed from that place for so long, I kind of am like, oh, yeah. Like, I remember going to Guitars and Cadillacs, the dance club, and there was a midget in an afro on the dance club, and he's just getting bumped around by everybody because he's 2 feet tall.
This is on we're on findagrave.com.
Terry Berry, is that him?
That's Terry.
Yeah, you see the short shorts? Yeah, if you can zoom in a little bit. He got hit by a train.
Oh my God.
I wonder why.
Jesus.
I wonder.
Yeah, I saw him like 10 times during my childhood. You'd be like, it's Terry Berry. Woo.
There was a guy that used to walk around the lake here. He had like a heart attack when he was, I don't know, he had a heart attack a long time ago. And so then he devoted his whole life to like just walking like all the time, everywhere. He would like read books. He was known as the walker. He was like famous in Silver
He
Lake.
just walked kind of obsessively.
Constantly, obsessively.
Oh, so that's for sure mental disorder.
Because he got freaked out by the
Yeah.
heart attack,
Yeah.
and then he died of a heart attack.
From walking too
From
much.
walking too much. Dumbass.
Also, walking doesn't even like really help your heart at all. Like you need like aerobic exercise.
You got to like get it to actually like.
Yeah, you got to get up in like
run
a
a little
moderate
bit.
zone. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Should have bought a treadmill, you stupid asshole.
I know. He was a doctor too.
Really?
Dumbass.
Dumbass, idiot. Moron.
I love stories like that because it makes me feel good about being horrible with my health.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
same.
that. Love
Yeah.
seeing an old guy smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Oh my God.
Hell yes.
I could do anything.
I'm at the point where I just don't want to die early enough that it's a bummer,
Right.
Like I don't want to get cancer at 40 and everybody's like, oh.
Yeah,
But if I
yeah.
go out at like 65, it's like, yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah. Yeah. What is the age when people are like, he had a life?
I think 65.
65?
I think that's legitimately it. Yeah. 60, you're still like, oh, that's too young.
Yeah.
Because Norm died at 60 and you're like, oh, that's too young. It's
too young. Yeah.
But if he died at 70, you'd be like, 60 sad.
I think 65 people get sad because they assume that like you just got to the point where you can stop working.
Right.
And now you just die.
Right. Yeah. That's
Probably
true.
70, 75, I think.
I feel like
You
a
gotta
great
make it
age
to
to die.
70.
Early 70s, great age to
Yeah.
die. Yeah.
My grandfather died at 73.
You're trying to high five me
No,
for
I
a
was trying to
second.
get a bug out of the way. 73, my grandfather died. You know, everyone handled it pretty well.
Yeah, my grandparents are in their like late 80s now, and they're starting to get old. Real old.
It's getting scary. Like, thinking about our parents and stuff.
Like I'm worried about their health, which I've never had before. I'm like literally telling my mom, like, Grandpa needs to eat more because he's too thin. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had that uncle that he didn't work out, right? Because he thought his heart only had an infinite amount of beats. My favorite.
Yeah, he
person of all
thought
time.
you were born with a certain amount of heartbeats.
I
Like
am.
God put a little ticker in your heart, so if you
God.
work out a lot, you die quicker.
God, I envy that.
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
He looked like a candy apple.
It's crazy.
He had that King of the Hill fat distribution where it's just
Like little
two rods. A guy who wears a size 28 and is 500 pounds somehow.
What a stressful thing to believe.
Yeah.
To think that your heart is like the bus and speed. Right. And your whole life you're like, oh no, I've been walking a little too much today. Fuck, I only have so much more time left.
He's just meditating
Yeah, his
all
whole
the time.
life he's like, it's like Crank. He's like his heart's like a Jason Statham movie.
Yeah, it's the opposite of crank.
Yeah, opposite. Yeah,
exactly.
Man,
Which is a very depressed man.
I love seeing old people being unhealthy.
Yeah.
And they're alive.
Yeah, it's
and they're
great.
fine.
I'm finally getting to the age where I actually have to like watch out for stuff now. Mm-hmm. Like I have to I started minimizing my anxiety a lot, which has been nice because it's helped my blood sugar go down.
Yeah, if you less stress, you actually it stresses everything.
Yeah. My blood sugar was like pre-diabetic, and I was like worried. I was like, oh shit, like am I like fucked up? I never had this before, and then I just figured out the stress thing, and it's like instantly normal again. And I feel like much better.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We should all be on Xanax constantly.
We really should. Yeah.
Right? I mean,
I'm considering going on anti-anxiety medication.
Yeah?
Yeah. I have bad anxiety
if
problems.
shit opens up your life, who gives a shit?
Right.
Yeah. Wasn't Norm Macdonald on Xanax?
This is
his whole
ecstasy.
life? Is that ecstasy?
We all just start doing Xanax. We're drinking out of 2 styrofoam cups every episode now.
Yeah.
I've done Xanax before. I mean, it solved everything.
I never
that I
have.
was going through.
I've been terrified to ever take Xanax because it cuts out anxiety. So then I'm like,
It's the perfect drug.
what's your life?
It
after
really
that?
is.
Can you just kill yourself after you take Xanax? You're like, I have no more stress. All right, I'm out.
It feels like you're in utero, like you're in the womb or something, where you're like, nothing can hurt me. I feel fine.
Yeah. God.
And you take it and you're like, oh yeah, my brain is just fucked and it's been torturing me forever.
Yeah, it really makes you realize your brain is just evil.
Yeah.
If you're really anxious and you take Xanax or Klonopin, whatever, you can literally feel it like pushing anxiety to the fringes of your head and just like and washing it away.
Yeah, like it just doesn't. You could literally, like, because I would take it for planes.
But I don't like it.
Yeah, I would take it for planes, and I would literally be like, you'd have the thought, you're like, what if the plane crashes? And you're like,
Well, that's
then
life,
I die.
man.
Yeah, I know, literally, like, then I die, man. It's like, that's fucked up, but, gotta keep it 100. It is what it is.
Yeah, Xanax is what people think weed is.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah.
Hate weed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
weed
over
sucks.
I smoke it every night, but I'm over it.
Are you back there smoking a lot of weed
I smoke it
again?
all the time.
Really?
I smoke it constantly, and I hate it.
Yeah, because I've seen you
I don't
go.
smoke it during the day anymore.
Okay, I've seen you go big weed guy to liquor guy.
Yeah.
And now you're going back to weed guy.
No, I'm not going back to weed.
You're just adding weed.
I just have it also. I need everything. I need, if there's like a couple weeks or whatever, I'm not drinking. I'm like, well, I have to get insanely high tonight. Right. I just need my brain to have a new thing. I hate sitting.
Yeah, it's kind of
I hate
brutal.
being sober and just sitting.
You know what's even a funny thing is I'll tell you, I figured out this anxiety thing like recently. This is a new development. And I've really kind of almost completely cut it out of my life. And now the new thing is I'm like, oh, I'm so fucking bored all the time with everything.
Right.
I was like, oh, I guess I was like addicted to like anxiety almost. And that at least gave me some meaning. It's like if I don't figure this out, I'm going to kill myself. Like at least that's something to get you through the day.
Are there any stories of people that get on anti-anxiety medication and then they just like their whole life goes to shit because they don't have stress, so they're like, I don't care about getting
I know
a job.
a lot of people when they get on antidepressants, that's when they kill themselves. Because you're so depressed you can't even kill yourself, and then you get a little bit better and then you kill yourself.
Oh, you finally finally get out of bed.
There's a term for it. It's like, I forget what it's called, but it's like the bounce back. It's the bounce back from the pit, and then that's where you kill yourself.
Man.
So, comedy podcast.
Man, I can never kill myself because I just love. I love food too much. Truly, I don't understand like people that just kill themselves in one. Like, do it slowly. Just why don't you just drink yourself to death?
Yeah.
At least you have some fun nights.
If I was really gonna kill myself, I would spend probably about 3 weeks. Just like, okay, how much money do I have? I'm gonna blow through all of that.
Yeah.
Live it up, and then do the deed.
Go get a.
I always think like, why even bother? Just ride the whole thing till the wheels fall off.
Just ride it out.
Yeah.
I don't think people kill themselves and they have money in their bank account and they could have went to Houston's that night.
Right.
You could have gotten an H-rib. Medium rare with a fucking loaded baked potato.
Right. You know what I want is
rib.
I want
That's a Hawaiian
legitimate
ribeye, by the way.
I want legitimately the comeback from the suicide attempt. That's where I want to be because I feel like that's the sweet zone. Because then everybody's like has to be really nice to you, and they're like, "Oh, we didn't know Jace was having a tough time." And so they're like, "Hey, move in with us. We'll take care of you for a while."
Yeah,
you get a whole year where they're like, just baby steps.
I've always wanted
you.
to become like a monster to my whole family and friends, like on like heroin and shit. And then I just stop doing it, and I get like a job at like Ross, and everyone acts like I'm the most successful member of the family now.
Yeah. Legitimately, when I was doing really bad, like late last year, I had this fantasy where I crash into a tree on purpose, going like 90. And I get, not that I die, but it's that I get crippled from the feet down so I can still draw.
Yeah.
And people have to take care of me. Everybody starts like spread it. Like my drawings get very popular because I'm so fucked up. And then, I get like Ben has to like let me live with him and some shit like that.
So you have like a Lieutenant Dan fantasy, but you're happy about it.
But it's like, but then I draw my stupid minion sucking his own dick and people are like, this is an inspiration. This man over here. Yeah. That's where my fantasy goes.
I have fantasies of being in comas and lobotomy.
I
love a lobotomy.
Yeah.
You love a lobotomy.
Love a lobotomy.
Like to be retarded would be great.
I'd love to be retarded adjacent.
Yeah. Just what if one step above.
Where you're like, they don't lock you up.
Yeah. You're knocking on a retarded door.
Yeah, like they don't force you to put like Velcro shoes on. Right. But you're retarded.
But they still are happy when you tie your own shoes.
Yes. Yeah. What were you going to say, Richard?
Oh, I was just thinking, what if you could have your same mind, but everyone sort of like treats you like you're retarded? So everyone stops what they're doing for you.
Yeah.
Every time.
Like being a kid.
Yeah.
God, I loved being that kid. I loved being a kid, and like
I loved being a smart kid.
All the adults had to fucking watch you come in the room and read off whatever recent shit you learned.
Yeah, were you a smart kid?
Yeah, I liked hanging out with the adults.
Yeah, I was like an adult kid, and I'd be like, India has the largest amount of people in the world. And I'd be like, wow, that's great.
Yeah. I would love
to look at this little smart kid.
In your time, you probably just annoyed the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But
anytime an adult said, he's wise beyond his years, this one, to like one of my parents, I would like fucking go to the bathroom and just like jack off. I loved that.
I have a specific cringe memory where it's like a adult party and there's the kids. And then I went over to my dad and his 4 friends. And I started like talking to them like I was an adult. And it really makes me cringe looking back because I know they all hated me. But I was just like, I was literally just like, I was 10. I was like, oh yeah, Deliverance, that's a great movie. Some of Burt Reynolds' finest work. I've never seen it.
Yep. I would repeat shit like that all the time too. And I would see adults, what the fuck is wrong with this kid?
I think this kid's gay.
It's like it's freaky when a kid's too adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, they speak. They're not being a kid, and they're just like, you always feel like they have suspenders on for some reason.
Yeah. I watched the show Smart Guy on the Disney Channel.
Loved Smart Guy.
I'm that guy. I'm the smart guy.
Jason's walking around Abilene like he's a smart guy.
Terry Perry's in the background laying down on train tracks.
Terry Perry.
You're like, hey, Terry Perry.
Hey, Terry. Terry, you have a mental disorder.
Oh, poor Terry Perry.
Old Terry Perry. Can you imagine the hell that man actually lived in?
What if he didn't even lie on the tracks? He stood there with his holding his ass cheeks open, just hoping the train railed him right in his.
He had so much pent up non-being
He's
gay.
Like, he goes, I've had it. He goes, this ass needs a train crammed up it. God, I'm an awful person.
Yeah, you are.
Just like Goatsy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a Roadrunner cartoon. The whole train goes up his ass. Like Coyote's like looking around like, what the hell? Do you ever have that moment where you will see someone in real life and then if you actually try really hard to picture their life, like in their quiet alone moments and just get like almost panic attacky about that.
Yeah.
Like them going back to their apartment. They've been alone for 50 years. Microwave dinner, sitting down, trying not to kill themselves every day.
Anytime I've ever been at like, you know, LA has a lot of those like burger stand places, but you could sit inside and there's sandwiches and breakfast on the menu and stuff. Anytime I've ever been in a place like that and there's just like a person alone, like just eating alone. The only time I've ever been in those places, I'm like with friends or something. Anytime I see like a middle-aged person just eating alone. Anytime I see a middle-aged man with like his suit on after work, just sitting at a place alone having like a beer. I'm like, it's just, I get this melancholy feeling just takes over my whole body. I get so sad.
I get that when I see like, like an old guy who works at Walmart as the greeter.
Yes, that shit.
And I'm like, what happened? Like, what unemployment scheme did you get caught up in? You're like fucked now, living with your son, like in the garage.
Yep.
You're 80.
That type of shit.
And your whole day is just saying, welcome to Walmart. Welcome to Walmart, just for 8 hours a day.
Yeah,
you were in Vietnam,
and you make like $4.25 an hour or something. I literally don't even know how people how anyone lives.
You saw the moon landing, and now you're going. Welcome to Walmart all day, every day.
I know.
Yeah.
You saw the moon landing.
Really, more people. I think you tweeted this before. More people should kill themselves. It's amazing that not everyone is not killing themselves.
Stunning.
Yeah.
It goes to show how resilient we are.
Right.
We are such a resilient,
kind of truly
retarded, resilient species. Right. Like, it's amazing. We wake up every day thinking today's the one.
Yeah. We wake up every day and we go to work on a Monday.
And it never is the one.
Yeah.
For anybody. For like 98% of people.
80% of people who still have a real in-person job, they wake up and on the whole drive to work, they think about killing themselves this week.
Yeah.
And they have to push it down and go into the office.
And they plot like a bathroom break. Right. You know, they're walking, they go to the bathroom and they walk like this. Like when you went to school, when you were in school, you went to the bathroom and you put your feet right in front of each other. It would take like forever. So it's just life is such a hell. It's insane brutal. That people
you plan a fake sick day on the Friday before the Monday that you get off, and you're like, that'll get me through 2 more weeks. Yeah.
Also, you could waste your whole fucking paycheck on something meaningless.
Yeah. You could walk outside and your whole paycheck's gone on your phone. Not even walk outside. You could blow it.
Yeah.
Immediately.
What's amazing to me about similar scenario of people not killing themselves is they go to work. The reason they're not killing themselves is this big vacation that's coming up.
Yeah.
They've been planning it for a long time. They go, and the whole vacation they're just fighting with their wife, and their kids are driving them crazy. But we got a family. That's life. And that's what's been keeping you going. But then the vacation
But then
sucks.
that's bad.
Right.
It's probably worse than your work day.
Yeah.
Right.
I think true depression when people kill themselves is they get their brain into a corner where they keep thinking about the outcome of how it's going to be, and it will be this. I've already done that before.
Right. Where you start piling up every day.
Yeah.
In 30 years in a row.
You're like a lawyer for your own happiness. You're like, it's gonna suck. It's not gonna be good. I've already done that. Last time it sucked. Like you think about the future and you're not even excited.
Yeah.
All you have is the hope that the future is going to be exciting and new.
These little stories you tell yourself.
Yeah. Like, it's going to be a wild
and
time.
Numbers-wise, it's not.
And I think a lot of people, like anybody, I've worked a lot of traditional type jobs where people make decent money. And any of those guys into their mid-50s, mid-60s, they're all like fucking drunks. And I think that's kind of what they need. You get through the day, you get fucked up, so you don't have to think about it. As soon as you get home, start cracking beers, and then you're so hungover for the first half of the day. There's really only 5 hours you have to think about every day, and then that just keeps you going throughout life.
Yeah. I mean, it's a miracle not everyone isn't just drunk all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know how anyone gets anywhere.
Well, that was, when I stopped drinking, that was a big thing I had to, I just spent 4 months thinking about killing myself the whole time, because I was just like, Jesus Christ, Like, no escape from just that thought. You have to learn how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And you can, but it's something you have to teach yourself. This is what happens when John's not on the podcast.
Yeah, John's not here to talk about cum and shit. John's the most fake suicidal guy I've ever met.
Right. It's
John's always acting like he's all like, "Oh, I'm sad." I'm like, you're not sad. You fucking.
You can't be that horny.
Yeah. Nobody is
have major depression.
Are there really depressed people that are like just insanely horny and always doing something about it?
Nobody's like, I'm sad and my cock is rock hard right now.
There are dudes that I feel like just get out of depression because they're like, dude, I'm so fucking sad, until the juice in their balls comes back and they're just like, dude, I just want to get fucking milked. I gotta go fuck a girl.
Yeah.
And now they're excited for life.
Yeah, well, it's all these little like addiction-y things that just get people through the day.
And who even knows if we're getting a fair shot at any of this? Because, we're all loaded up with microplastics, and every day that we're being told there's a new thing that's just fucking our bodies up that we're unaware of. What are we supposed to do about it?
Yeah. Like most, modern society's has all these little mechanisms that kind of hurt your happiness.
Yeah. I have no idea how to actually care about my health because it's never ending.
Most people get no sunlight. Almost any food you buy from the supermarket is genetically engineered to make you feel worse. And when you treat yourself to something nice, it's even worse for you, like a Taco Bell or something like that. So it's like, what are you gonna fucking do?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do, Jace. You just got to do Xanax. Got to get on Xannies.
Yeah, back to the Johnny Depp.
Let's get back. This is just a real quick. This is when she says that she was spitting in her face. This is what we need.
When Depp was spitting in her face.
When the Amber Heard was spitting in this assistant's face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the assistant talking.
Yeah, this is why I'm so excited about this thing, because it's a break from the hell of reality and existence.
Sure.
I mean, just
she looks like to me for some reason that when she got spit on, she didn't wipe it off for 10 minutes.
No, she's the type that doesn't.
She just
no, she got wet from that spit.
She grabbed the wad off her eye and she put it in her pussy.
She goes, I fucking love working for you.
Love you, Amber.
Fucking love working for you.
Amber. Fucking hate you. Fucking love you. Fucking hate you. Fucking love you.
I would then store in her garage. She just got very angry with me one day because I hadn't quite made it downstairs to put them in the garage when she came home, and she went absolutely ballistic over that.
Can you please describe what you mean?
Screaming, yelling, abuse.
But it was abusive in your
Who's
opinion?
the actress from the movie you guys just saw?
Sarah Paulson? Oh, Nicole Kidman?
No, the younger one.
Anya
Taylor-Joy.
That's her without makeup.
Yeah. I was going to say she looks like Sarah Paulson a little bit.
Yeah, a
little bit. I always want to call that Anya Taylor-Joy. I always accidentally call her Anya Joy Reid. I'm like, isn't that the lady that's like an idiot on MSNBC?
news lady.
Yeah. It's kind of interchangeable, though.
The damn news
Two
lady.
incredibly white names.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And rage, screaming over the phone. She screamed at me once in person, multiple times screaming at me over the phone. Barrages of abusive text messages.
Johnny's a multi-millionaire. His hair is matted. He showered in Venice Beach this morning.
2 and 4 a.m. the barrage would start. That's what I'd wake up
Johnny
to.
does look. Johnny Depp. He looks like he only uses outdoor showers.
Yeah.
Like right next to public restrooms.
Yeah, he lives in the nicest 10 in Los Angeles.
He always walks around with a suitcase that just has wine and Dr. Teal's in it.
All incoherent, not really making sense, just basically someone to lash out at.
Imagine being like a 45-year-old woman and your whole job is to go get a magazine that your boss is in.
Right, yeah.
That's your whole life.
And you're like, hey, that's Hollywood, baby.
This is going somewhere.
I'm a rich person's slave.
Yeah. God.
I'm in the mix.
I'm in the mix, baby.
It's crazy that more people don't like how Selena got killed by her. That was a psychotic fan, but she was also her assistant, kind of, right?
Was
head
she
of the fan club?
Selena, yeah, Selena.
The person that killed Selena was the head of her fan club.
But then also was her assistant. I think
it was just the head of her fan club.
All right, then kill it.
Jean-Claude Van Damme got beat up by his bodyguard.
There you go.
Yeah,
shit like that. That's what I'm saying, Richie.
What bit?
Wouldn't it have been funny if I'm saying that more assistants need to start killing the celebrity they work for?
There you go.
Would it be funny if this wasn't even in court because Kate James shot her out front of a bodega because she didn't get her the right magazines?
There was that case in New York. It wasn't a famous person, but it was like a millionaire surgeon who his assistant broke into his house and cut his head off with a chainsaw.
Wow.
Yeah. Or a buzz saw, a big circular saw that construction people use.
Holy shit.
And they found his head just cut off and just blood everywhere in this $1 million penthouse.
Oh my God.
It's 2 years ago.
He died? Yeah. That's why I've done that 40 times now.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like the bit of being in a car and someone's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Every time
apparent reason to it. It was an ongoing kick the dog kind of relationship with her sister.
Kick the dog kind of relationship.
She used to shove me in a kangaroo pouch.
She's doing really well. Johnny Depp's whole legal team, they're like, yes, she's killing it. Then out of nowhere she says Abby. Or she
really?
starts. No, I'm kidding. She starts talking about like Aboriginals and shit. You're like, God damn it, Kate.
She's like, and here's the thing, they just look like raisins. They're all fucked up. I mean, we can admit that they just look weird. I'm not being racist. They're an ugly people.
That's what she says.
Why do the heads look all mush like that? I don't get it.
So now this is Johnny
They're
talking
just
about
not civilized.
Here's the turd, and Johnny calls it. She says she dropped a grumpy. That's the
on his phone. I'll rule the objection as the photograph.
Are they both on the
What
stand?
was the photograph of Mr. Depp?
Amber hasn't said anything, but they always have a camera on her. Johnny's been on the stand.
Okay, so she's at the defense, but they just have a microphone in front
Amber
of
just sits there and just keeps trying to remind herself she's supposed to look sad,
Right,
and beaten down, but she's literally full of shit.
No, I've seen clips of her where it's like in every court scene she's like sad, and then the trial ends, and then she's like beaming, happy, smiling. Yeah.
She's happy to get out of school for the day.
Right.
There's always just like taking notes too. It's
Yeah.
like, what are you writing?
Right,
down?
yeah.
What?
She's in the corner of the courtroom reading Why We Poop. There was did you see that one clip, Richie? There was a clip where the lawyer asked Johnny, she goes, You're significantly you're bigger than Amber, are you not? And he goes, I wouldn't say that, no. And you see Amber get like kind of offended, like it's a fat, or like, like we're the same size or whatever. Johnny Depp's like, you big ass bitch.
It was a
He starts laughing.
He can't even think about
it was a photograph of the bed, our bed.
This is all out in the open.
What's so funny is her face juxtaposed next to her where she's like, I can't believe.
Dude, Amber Heard is like an alpha dog character.
She really is.
Just taking shits on her enemies' fucking beds.
She's a fucking Viking, dude.
Dude,
She's the
she
Northman.
would be in the Northman.
Yeah.
She would kick ass in the Northman.
Side of the bed.
Amber Heard's the type of woman to like fucking like drown her kid.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Right on.
Yeah.
You know? And then blame the kid for distress.
Right, yeah.
He cried a lot when I drowned him.
She's the lady who leaves her kid in the car during like work on an accident, and the kid just dies.
Was human fecal matter.
Woo!
Look at the smiling.
I understood why.
Dude, this is so funny. Women never want anyone to know they even go, like they even take shits.
Right.
Now she is famous for taking shits.
Right.
And she's like attractive.
Mm-hmm.
What a fuck, man.
And this is really every woman's worst nightmare is to be proven wrong in court.
And they're detailing your bowel movements.
Right.
Like you're an animal.
Right.
Amber Heard's an animal.
She is, yeah.
She's feral.
I mean, how pathetic are you that you're pretty much the only woman that the Me Too movement has backfired on?
I know.
The only one. She's an anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe the Chris, not Hansen, Chris.
Well, I don't know any that are this blatantly like
the
fake,
Walking Dead guy.
You know,
he got exonerated, kind of.
I don't. Which Walking Dead guy?
Chris.
John Bernthal.
What was John Bernthal?
No, I don't know. I'm just thinking
we can mention any man in Hollywood, and we'll be like, did he get? Is he okay?
Did he get me?
How's he doing?
James Toback had 500 women come forward against him.
Oh my god!
Do you know what James Toback looks like?
No.
Can you pull up a picture of him real quick?
Let's look up James Toback.
I don't even want to describe him because it's very funny.
What is he
imagine this
again?
guy assaulting 500 women. He's a producer. He looks like
women.
He looks like John Lovett's The Critic character.
Yeah.
Richard Sherman,
boy.
or whatever his name is.
Oh, he sucks ass, this guy.
He's had 500 women come forward against him.
He looks like he says, he's like, you'll do it if you want the role, my lady.
Yeah. His move, I think, in the day, his move was he would literally walk up with a note and it would say, do you want to fuck me, yes or no? Like he was in middle school.
That usually works.
Yeah.
With the boxes. Like,
Yeah.
Check yes, check no.
I think he produced The Gambler with James Caan, that movie.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Actually it wasn't very good. That movie. It was from 70s.
It's from the 70s, so it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any guy, like guys with that hat, don't they know that everyone's making fun of them.
I legitimately think he probably went to a pickup artist course, and that's why he wears the hat. Legitimately,
right.
he's like, I'm peacocking.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. He's doing like negging and like all the weird psychological tricks.
He probably had to go through a whole course of like mental backflips where he's just like, I don't care what the guys think. I'm doing it for the pussy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the vests. Really, lesbians and pickup artists dress exactly the same.
Yeah.
They all dress like magicians.
Yeah, a purple vest with like a matching purple feather coming out of the fedora.
Yeah, exactly.
Really shitty haircut.
Rolled
that doesn't
up,
fit your
rolled
face.
up sleeves, but kind of rolled up lazily and not all the way.
Right, like they work at a speakeasy.
Right. They want to roll it up, but they don't have the musculature to like show their whole arm.
Yeah. What is with lesbian women and bow ties and shit?
And ties,
And ties.
Yeah, I think this is gonna sound
stuffed into the shirt like a tie, like a waiter.
Yeah, that shit.
This is gonna sound like a Jimmy the Greek moment, but I think that's them trying to basically be masculine, and that's their idea of masculinity.
Right, yeah.
Is a guy almost like an art of manliness type of thing. Like, I'm a dapper gentleman.
Right.
I wear a vest and a bow tie.
Yeah, you're probably right. It is that.
But I'm gonna put
And I get a straight razor shave.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put a feminine twist on it, and realistically, we're doing it better than men do.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, because you want to fuck them.
That's my guess on the thought process.
Lesbians love to dress like waiters at a mess hall. Like they're. I'm so glad I'm over being upset at lesbians. When I was,
Were you upset at lesbians?
I hated them.
Lesbian
hated
anger?
lesbians. I had that. Remember when you first met me in comedy? I thought
because you fell in love with one.
It was like a joke. I wasn't actually in love. It was just
You had a
infatuation.
personal-
Just a regular person finally let me stick my dick in them, and so
Right.
I was like, oh my god, I had limerence probably
Right.
for the Joey thing, and so I was like, also then right after me, I saw that she was with like a 400-pound woman with like that hat, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's dating
From
Grimace.
me, from me to Danny DeVito, it really fucked with me.
Right.
Because you're also like, but then they fuck you with a strap on. Like I have a real dick.
Right.
It's confusing.
My first girlfriend also was a lesbian.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Do they even have any fun? Are lesbians having fun out there? How are they
I think they're having a lot of fun, honestly.
What is their sex?
I think they just put their pussies against each other
What
and
does
just
that
rub
do?
them up and down
That doesn't
and
even
shit.
make sense. It's like putting the ends of two water bottles together.
Well,
I
it's
don't
like,
get
it'd be
it.
like gay people just pushing their dicks together, and touching them.
Well,
yeah.
how do you get any?
I mean, it's just fingering, eating pussy a lot, you know.
Toys.
Yeah.
I mean,
toys.
Yeah, the vibrator. It like curves.
Strap on.
It's shaped in a way
And you
that a
can
dick
rub.
can't.
You can rub two. Like they can rub their pussies against each other and both get off. It's just you know,
Really?
the clitoral stimulation. Yeah.
I've always. This is completely ignorant, but I've always felt that seems unsanitary.
The pussies
Two
rubbing.
Like two pussies rubbing together.
Oh, it's like magnets. You can't make the two ends touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, little.
They just put their pussies together, they explode
Yeah,
across the room.
black sand starts falling out.
Yeah, the universe starts like collapsing into a neutron star.
Are there women that have such giant clits that they could shove it into their girlfriend's pussy and fuck them like it's a dick?
I've seen a couple bigger clits in the day. Yeah.
China, the wrestler, that famous
Huge
picture.
clit.
Because she was on steroids.
Yeah.
Makes your clit huge.
Right.
Huge.
She killed
She's got a
herself too,
huge clit.
She's got a clit like an Abbey.
Yeah.
Didn't China kill herself?
Yeah, she did.
Because
Because her clit was so big.
She's such a huge clit.
Yeah. No, but I think they can get like yay big or something like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
I've seen a couple, you know.
Yeah.
It's like just a pinky coming out.
Yeah. Remember Willie Dynamite?
Oh, yeah, I love Willie.
He had the funniest joke back in the day. He was a black. He didn't give a fuck about anything he said, really.
No, yeah, he's a very funny guy.
Very
too.
funny guy.
Yeah.
Really good joke writer. And he had this one joke about like it was real quick. He just goes like, black lesbians look like Allen Iverson. Like they all wear the hat and the braid hair.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, he's great.
Black guy said
time
that.
to go down
Do you
there.
know, by the way, real quick, clits and dicks start the same on a fetus. So if you're male, the
I've always wondered about
clit
this.
grows into a dick.
Is that when they can
If you're
decide?
female, it stays clit. Yeah.
What is the one where they could decide? Like, isn't Jamie Lee Curtis like? Isn't
No,
she, like,
that's a rumor. That's intersex. We're kind of born with
both
a mix of reproductive
So then they
parts.
could decide at birth what you're going to be.
Yeah, sometimes they've done that, and there's been famous cases where they decide, like, oh, we'll just. I think they usually go woman, just because they're like, we'll make her a woman, you know. And then it's usually like around 12, the kid just like knows something is up, and like he's exhibiting very masculine features, like is
And then that's
attracted to
maybe-
women, and then like wants to play guy sports. Like it's kind of you can't outrun like the genetics.
The genetics.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Damn, choosing wrong.
Well, there's that famous.
Be rough.
There's that famous sprinter that I think Jamaican sprinter who's like kicking ass in the female divisions or whatever series. Who cares?
Gives a shit about
Whatever.
But she was born with basically like recessed testicles, so she has more testosterone than the average woman. So they made her compete with taking a certain amount of estrogen to basically make her chemically on the same level. And then I think they banned her from the sport. Actually.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, they banned her?
Yeah, and I mean, she does really look like. I mean, she is a woman, but she does look like she's got like huge. She looks like Dwight Howard. She's got like huge, like cannonball shoulders, and she's like jacked.
Right.
It's like pretty insane.
Yeah.
But I just want to say I support all creeds, nationalities, groups of people. So.
I support it all too.
Yeah.
But that person should be banned
from living,
from life,
from life. Yeah.
This isn't really the same thing, but there's WNBA players on OnlyFans now.
Really?
Because they're getting paid. Apparently, they all think they should get paid the same,
right?
As like NBA players,
Yeah.
which is just
we all know
hilarious and not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
NBA
teams make less money than like a McDonald's.
Yeah, there's this girl Liz Cambridge. She has an OnlyFans.
Is she hot?
She's giant and she's got a decent face.
Pull it up. Subscribe right now. Show it on the YouTube. Who does she play for?
I don't know, the Washington fucking the Mystics or whatever they're called.
The Mystics.
Yeah.
They are.
This is her though.
Got it.
Yeah.
I can't really see.
Well,
it's all.
It's all like it's all. But her
Right.
Instagram. Let's go.
Yeah, can you pull up her like our Google Images or something?
Just log in.
Oh, I don't know my.
You don't know your password?
I don't know. I have a million passwords. Let me go to my bank.
Let me look at a check real quick on camera.
Let's go. Come on.
You could take it down.
Here we go. All right. Liz Cambridge. She's like 6'8".
Liz came, bitch. Yeah.
And this
you
is
like
her.
that? What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, she's very pretty.
Yeah.
She looks like Julia Fox.
I would love for her to kill me with a hammer, lady like that.
This is what Julia Fox looks like now.
Look at
That's
that.
actually she's actually pretty hot. Yeah,
She's pretty hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would really like that woman to beat me up.
Look at that first picture. You don't think
Where?
up top? One more. You don't think she looks like Julia Fox in that picture a little bit?
Yeah, she does a little bit. Sure.
All right.
I would never say that.
She
Is that wrong somehow?
I just like disagreeing very hard on that.
Implying that.
Just like I would never say that.
But they really but she's one of these people that like
Can you give a better face pic? I can't really see the face so much. Zoom in on the face.
There's her face. Are you imagining your
just imagine
jizz all over?
Yeah, can you just zoom in real quick?
Jace, you asked to take my computer into the bathroom.
Need a quick bathroom break. I'm the weird kid at the sleepover.
Yeah, but it's funny because she's I think one of the first WNBA players on OnlyFans.
Good for her. She's probably making a ton of money, right?
Yeah, but she's not going for it. I
She's not like
looked at a couple reviews.
Penetration or anything.
It's all it's like bullshit.
That's
it's like,
fucking bullshit.
It's essentially the same type of shit.
That is fucking bullshit.
Fucking
dude.
bullshit.
That honestly does piss me off a little bit. I don't do the OnlyFans, but the people who like are just like I posted it's me in a shirt. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
dude.
you should be able to sue them.
I should. I'll take him to court. I'll use Depp's lawyer.
We all know what you're supposed to do on OnlyFans.
Right.
Cut to the chase or get off the website.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to subscribe for 1 month, cancel my order immediately after downloading everything.
It's not right.
But yeah, it was funny because I only found out about that because she's very vocal, about like WNBA players. They don't make any money.
Mm-hmm.
It's because people hate women or whatever. And,
Right.
It just has nothing to do with the fact that there's.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the league makes no money. If it was not for the NBA supporting them financially, it wouldn't even be. It would be done in high school gymnasiums.
It'd be done. Yeah. I mean, they're not making any money. They have
Right.
like the WNBA championship at like 1 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Yeah, like
that's,
if you want to
the
talk about
finals.
like U.S. women's soccer or like something that's actually popular, like sure, but it's not even close.
It's hard to make a case when the 3-on-3 league is more popular than the WNBA.
Yeah.
The second
retired NBA players being sad
Yes.
is more popular.
Mhm.
Yeah. Is Brittany Griner still in prison in Russia, by the way?
I don't know what happened to her.
We just nobody. They're like, we don't care.
They're probably using her to just like put like lights up that they can't reach and shit. She's just
yeah, she's loading the bullets into the tank.
They're just like dunk again.
We make her fight bear at circus.
They don't know who they have on their hands.
Yeah.
They're like, we will not give Latrell Sprewell back until United States ends sanction.
The U.S. Black American, very small penis on the NBA player, much different than you think.
Why was she in Russia?
They actually, I think they make more money playing in Russia. It's funny, the WNBA players make more money everywhere besides the WNBA.
But here, yeah. Well, they should tighten it up. They should wear those booty shirts the volleyball players
They should wear the booty shorts for sure. They should make it like the National Lingerie League.
Yeah.
Yeah, football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should just stop playing basketball.
Right.
Too. They should all have WNBA players thought about not playing basketball and cooking. Anyway, kidding. Misandries
Joke.
running rampant.
My dad's a college basketball coach for women.
Response to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
Or sorry, high school, even sadder.
It was so outside. It was so
Is he talking about the
bizarre.
shit?
Yeah, I mean,
I thought he was describing the shit.
The shit it wasn't even in her asshole. It was outside.
It was like not wet. It was not dry. It was kind of that weird in between.
It looked like a Pepto-Bismol shit, Your Honor. You know when it's black. When
Like it's a black
when your
bastard.
shit looks like a black burger.
That's all I want to do on this podcast is do the
Liam Neeson.
black bastard. All those photos of him pissing himself. He's pissed himself like 500 times in public because his wife died.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, didn't Liam Neeson's wife die like skiing?
Yeah, I think she died of like cancer or something.
No.
Was she skiing?
She died like Bob Saget. Hit her head skiing.
Oh, really?
Airlifted.
Wow.
Airlifted out. And,
Jesus.
And then
so it was a sudden. That's sadder.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was horrible.
If you had a wife, would you want her to die quick like that or real slow?
Real quick.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
No brainer.
I want everyone to die
You
quick.
should say slow.
Who the fuck wants to fucking have to keep showing
No,
up at the
you'd
hospital?
wait. I don't think so. You'd think even your
You get to say goodbye.
No, I'm kidding. That's actually horrible to say.
Yeah.
yeah.
I would rather die
If
slow.
they're suffering, like if they could speak,
Yeah.
stay.
Yeah. I know an old dude, Abilene, Texas, once again. Played golf with him all the time. Really nice guy. He was like in his 80s. And he got brain cancer. He got diagnosed with it. And he just like lived it up for 3 weeks and then just shot himself in his garage.
Damn.
And we were just like, yeah, good on Joe on it. Well, honestly, everybody was like, yeah, good for him. Like, that's how you should do it, you know?
Right.
I mean, he's going to hell.
No, we literally did. We're like, he is going to hell, though, for sure, because he killed himself.
Man.
And I truly believe that in my heart and soul. Yeah.
What if he was getting fucked in the ass while he killed himself? Double hell.
He would go to heaven, actually.
Yeah, and actually cancel each other out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And God's like, you.
I don't
God's
know what
pissed.
to do with you. Get in there.
You loophole motherfucker. I'm God.
Do you think there's any? Do you have any belief in reincarnation?
No, probably not. I mean, most likely we just don't exist and it's horrifying, but
Yeah.
there might be some like energies or ghosts somewhere. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Are you a reincarnation guy?
No, but I was reading some story the other day about this kid that was like 12 years old, had all this knowledge of, he kept saying like, I am this person's name and I did this and I just knew everything about this guy. And then the mom took it to like the police and they actually like looked into it and they got all these studies done and everything the kid was saying was correct and there was no way for him to have had any knowledge of this person in like 1803 or whatever, and you just had this weird, could have just been like a brain malfunction or something,
right?
But it made no sense that why he knew any of the information and just believed he was this person from hundreds of years ago and would never have read a book on the guy or anything. And
I think reincarnation is probably the best one. That sounds pretty
it's a
tight.
fun one.
Yeah. Because you get to keep going up levels if you were good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you go down if you were bad. So that feels nice.
Yeah.
Like you can be so bad you're a bug in your next life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that even real? Like, how was that? Like, there's flies dying like a day.
Well, that's just that's the problem with reincarnation is like if you started with like there was only 1,000 people on Earth, like how are they getting subdivided into all these other new people?
Right.
So we just prove there's no life after death.
Yeah, there's probably no life after death. Or maybe there is.
Maybe there is. Who knows?
Who knows?
It's the great adventure.
Who knows?
Life's unanswered question.
Yeah, I kind of don't care about deaths
I'm
so
over
much.
it. I don't
Death is
care
not
anymore.
the one that gets me. It
Yeah.
doesn't not get me.
Yeah.
I've been around so many old people that are like, yeah, well, you want to go. Like,
Right.
you want to not exist anymore after a certain period of time.
I only fear God.
Yeah.
God's the only one that can judge me.
Only God can judge me.
Yeah. I'm only afraid of a sad life. That's really it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Much more scary to me.
But you don't have a sad life.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's all we don't have to get into
No,
it.
I know,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
but I fear that too. But then I go, but I have a pretty like all my friends are great.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is an ego-related thought and flaw.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's more the scare I have. And who knows? Maybe when I'm 50, then I'll be like, oh, the grim specter of death haunts me every day.
Do you like buy shit to get over depression sometimes? Like anytime I'm a little depressed, I always buy new shoes, and I'm like, these shoes are gonna take me to the top.
I usually when I'm coming out of depression, I will buy something because I've been ruminating on it a lot,
Right.
And I'll buy it. But yeah, I don't generally do that.
Yeah.
I mostly do food and then sex are like mine now because I don't have the weed or booze anymore.
What do you do, Richie? When you
Buy stuff.
just buy stuff, right?
Yeah, shiny new things.
Just try a new
Gifts,
thing on.
Gifts are the key to my heart.
Yeah.
I love gifts.
Yeah, I love stuff.
I love buying them
I
for
love
myself.
meaningless crap.
Give it to me. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't
love
feel
gifts.
anything from it. Like I buy it, I'm like, oh yeah.
I do for a while.
I do for literally like 5 minutes, and then it's just like, oh, yeah,
that
same.
stinks.
Yeah.
The exact same.
I love bringing home a combo box of food.
Yeah, that's what I love.
Gets me
is
going.
doing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
just stuffing yourself so you're so retarded to think. You
I'm
know?
like such a retard,
Yeah.
honestly. I'll be driving home and I'm like excited. I have like Panda Express in the passenger seat.
Especially if I've been
just
like
fuck yourself up.
And I'm like SpongeBob. I'm like, today's the big day, Gary.
the Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza.
Yeah, and then you eat, you feel terrible afterwards. You start getting like an anxiety attack because you got all this bad food and sugar and salt in you.
And you jack off.
Yeah,
And then if you've
your old bit.
Yeah, but seriously.
Devin, I heard you were jacking off
Hey,
recently.
let me get into it, folks.
Hop up on the old bit.
I'm Byron Allen.
Seriously though, like I sometimes feel completely alone and confused if I've already eaten, if I'm full and I've jacked off.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what my
Really,
ambition is. What do I do?
The only times I feel really great is like the only times I feel like what I think other people feel like, but that might not be true, is when I've just had sex with a woman and we're lying in bed and it's just nice.
Yeah.
And it's like I get 20 minutes of just being like, I just feel great.
Yeah.
I got the serotonin of a lady I like, usually. You know, I just came out of my dick.
Yeah.
So I've got like all
Hopefully.
the dopamine. Yeah, hopefully.
What if every time men came, it was out of their nostrils?
you just got
It's all
cum
this cum
all
bubbles
over your... You're
flying
like,
out.
oh, God!
And they're like, oh yeah, so good.
Yeah, if you're not sex positive, you're just covering your mouth. You're like, all right, okay, that's gross.
You're like,
Yeah, but the freaks, they swallow it. They swallow that shit.
They swallow that shit.
Swallow that shit. Yeah,
I hold my nose, then spit it up in a mouth.
Yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, the only things that make me feel good really are just people.
Yeah,
just having people
same.
in my
Just
life
company,
and
people
relationships.
I like.
Yeah, that's why I would like to have an actual like long-term girlfriend. Like that would be nice, but
Yeah.
you know,
Well, what's going on?
it's LA.
Yeah.
It's LA,
Dating
sweetheart.
in LA.
Do not get me started.
It is rough.
I
out
could do a
here.
whole hour just on dating.
Wow. That's a professional.
The older I'm getting, is this something you guys? I never gave a fuck about. Like, I literally care about. Like, I like trees and like landscapes.
Yeah, I
now
like
and
nature.
stuff.
Yeah.
Nature like opened up the older I got. I never
Love
gave
nature.
a fuck about it.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I really enjoy just like dawn or like it's dusk.
Yeah.
And it's quiet and the trees are blowing. And
It's really just the stupid, whatever the stupid obvious answer is, that's like what it is. It's like really true.
I like the times of day where like everyone's either supposed to be asleep. I love doing things when like everyone's supposed to not be doing them.
Yeah.
Like if everyone, that's why
I love
it annoyed-
early Saturday morning in
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing nothing.
That's why it always annoyed me when we go to the movie, because I'm like, I made my life to be away from you. You're supposed to be at work.
Right.
And now it's ruined. But
Yeah,
I need an added thing.
You understand why old people really love like gardening and shit? I never understood gardening.
Just simple stuff. Just simple,
Keeping
nice
something
stuff.
alive.
Yeah. Yeah, once you get past like that 20s ego of like I gotta be somebody and I gotta do something with it, and then you get old enough that you've had enough dreams just get their head caved in, and then also the people you've seen just plucked out of whatever to have their dreams come true also are miserable and usually doing worse because they have access to things that make them feel worse. And so you just kind of get to the point where you're like, I just like to work as little as possible and have money and be okay.
Yeah.
And that's really all.
Yeah.
And just, nut off side of a bitch.
I really want to just start like suing. I want to sue.
You want to start suing
I want
people?
to sue everybody.
That would be great for you. That honestly fits you so well.
I know.
If you're the big lawsuit guy.
There was a couple things last week we were talking about, Richie, right? I forget, but I was like just saying I could sue him.
You should be a slip and fall guy.
I'd love to be a slip and
I'm not even kidding. You should legitimate. Why not? Life's a fucking video game. Be a slip and fall guy.
When I found out you could sue anybody at any time, that's crazy to me. That's so crazy. You could just fuck somebody up and they have to pay for a lawyer.
Yeah, you could ruin somebody's life.
People could do it to me too, but like, what if you get to them first?
I've done stuff like I won't say here, but like I've done stuff financially that I could get in trouble for.
Right.
Yeah. I stole like $6,000 from a job a long time ago.
Oh yeah,
but they were overpaying.
Yeah, that wasn't
like stuff like that.
You didn't steal anything.
Yeah.
Water under the bridge. Yeah, we called Devin, and I'm like, hey, man, you want to hang out? And you're like, can't today. And he hangs up the phone. He's like just trying to throw himself down a flight of stairs.
I'm not kidding. Like, if I don't get something, if I order it and it doesn't, like, okay, Apple, my computer was a little fucked up, right?
Yeah.
And I took it in, and I took it in on to the exact year after I bought it. So my Apple Care was only for a year, right? The limited warranty.
So you were like a day late.
No, I took it. Luckily, it worked out.
Oh.
But the lady on the phone was like, "Well, technically, it's not the 19th; it's the 18th because of a leap year or something like that."
Right?
And I was
because fuck you.
I was just like, "What?" I'm like, "No, I mean, I bought it on April 19th, so this April 19th should be the last day of the year for this." And she said, so once I got there, I was prepared. I was like ready to like sue somehow.
Yeah.
To be like, nope, it's a year. It says a year warranty. And I was wondering, like, well, how many people just like sue major companies like that and they don't want to deal with it, so they just pay you.
Yeah. I mean, that is what slip and fall is. They literally build that into their budget every year. Like, here's fucking the amount of idiots who are going to sue us, and we just pay them $20,000. Or you could be one of those people who just does disability, just like takes money from the government all the time. Because disability, I think you can be on it forever, right? It's not like unemployment where it goes a year.
No, I think I think you can. I just feel like I feel like people that get that though, they get it because they sound like trashy or something.
Right.
Like there's something about it where it's like they act the part.
Right. They look disabled.
So the social worker's just like, yeah, whatever. It's like, keep giving them money, that piece of shit.
When they were trying to take my unemployment back, I think I told you this. Because my job was contesting whether or not it was actually bullshit. My job was contesting whether or not there was unsafe working conditions for COVID, and it was. I got COVID and almost died. And I was talking to whatever tax lady was assigned to it by the IRS, and I literally told her, I go, ma'am, if you rescind this unemployment, it will ruin my life, and I might kill myself. I swear to God, I said that on the phone, and she was like, okay, all right. And then she, of course, approved it because I had no proof, even though I was right.
Right.
But I was just like, I go, ma'am, this will ruin my life.
I
go, you will take one person's life, and you will ruin it. Because it was like $15,000 they were trying to take back. Yeah,
just blame one lady. For your whole life.
Yeah, just my whole life. I'll go to the IRS office and just shoot myself, and I go, Tabitha. I blow my brains out.
This is your fault.
I literally would have been all the money I had. It would have been like I would have gone back to $0, which is so depressing.
I learned from watching a junkie in Florida sign up for EBT that I think urgency must be baked into like their training or whatever. Because he would get on the phone. Keep in mind, this kid, trust fund baby.
Right.
Comes from millions.
And he's a junkie.
And he was on the phone. He's just like, please, like if I don't get the card today, like I'm not going to be able to eat. Like I'm so hungry. And they were like, they'll be like, here's your number. Just go to you won't get the card for a few days, but you can go and type this number in. Here's a PIN code. You have $500.
Jesus.
He got it like that.
It works.
He got it like that day.
It works, that type of
shit. Yeah, and then he hung up the phone and just started maniacally laughing.
Can you imagine being a trust fund baby?
Yeah, I would probably be a psychopath.
I'd be insane.
I'd be Leopold and Loom. I would kill a homeless person.
I'd be completely insane.
As a social experiment.
Oh yeah, I'd fly to like Thailand and like shoot somebody.
If you or me were successful like we thought we would be in our mid-20s, we would both be...
We'd be monsters.
Woo!
We'd be monsters. And instead of what I am now, which is a wonderful philanthropic... Are there any philanthropists? Can you be called a philanthropist if you don't give that much money? Like if you give like $50 to like, can you put philanthropist?
Well,
in your bio.
Yeah, put on your business card, philanthropist.
Like, I donated $1 to the children's hospital at the grocery store.
Businessman, legal expert, because you sue everybody.
I like to think of myself as a philanthropist. I'm currently suing 19 companies.
Well, that's a story in the Bible that Jesus told, that a bunch of rich people went to the temple and they gave, like $100. And they're like, look at me. And then an old woman came and she gave 2 pennies. And then Jesus said, this woman is more holier than you because she gave everything that she had, which was 2 pennies to the church.
Jesus was an idiot.
Yeah, he's a fucking moron.
What a loser.
That's why they nailed him to a fucking cross.
I know. What a weakling.
What a bitch, dude.
Put up with it. Also, I heard he was a Jew.
Yeah. I heard he was a black man.
You think Jesus actually lived?
Yeah, I mean, historically, yeah, he did. I mean, there's like records like showing that most likely there was a man named Jesus who lived and preached. But there was like, if you go around that time, there's like thousands of prophets because they were all into the Messiah thing. Jesus is just the one that like really took off.
Right.
He was the guy who made it big. But there was like thousands of those guys who like, I am the Messiah. You must follow me.
I remember in my Bible lit class in high school, the teacher was, he was obsessed with God and Jesus and all sorts of stuff. I don't know why. He taught a Bible lit class, but
a nerd.
He brought like the Shroud of Turin in, which is like this cloth with like just like a diarrhea stain that looks like Jesus on it.
It was Amber Heard's mattress.
And I remember that day that day he literally acted like we solved it. That day he was like, because he like went on Google, he brought in like a replica of it, and then he went on Google Images and he held it up and he goes, you see,
right,
he lived. And we were all supposed to be like, wow, I guess we right here in La Cañada we figured out Jesus. There's proof.
Right. Yeah.
And then also he was hilarious. He held up a Bible and somebody had written boner on the side of it. And he goes, this is blasphemy. He screamed at the class.
Boner.
He had a chameleon in like a cage in the class.
Oh, nice.
Like
Did you guys kill it?
Oh, we would constantly torture it. Just hit the glass and it would hiss like.
I love that there's something about kids that they'll just kill a small animal.
We'll do whatever we want. There was kids that like, I remember a kid in high
You're
school.
14, you're just like, yeah, we crushed a lizard with a big rock.
All part of growing up.
All part of growing up. Yeah, we cut a bird's head off with a knife.
There was a kid that died at a party and they just thought he was asleep and they were carrying around his body all
Oh my God. What did he die of?
Being a dumbass.
Was it like fentanyl or something?
No, he drank too much. He had alcohol poisoning. And he just thought he hadn't really partied that hard before, I guess.
His death certificate says can't hang. Did you guys? Did he die? And then you guys have drawn balls and swastikas all over his face?
There wasn't an open casket because of all the penises.
He fucking died with his shoes on, bro.
No, I was happy I was such a loser in high school because I wasn't at the thing. I didn't go, but I remember hearing about it. And like, they legitimately just had like a dead body with them. For
That's crazy.
Hours.
Did they take any pictures or anything?
No, it wasn't like they weren't really fucking with him or anything. They just thought like, he just went to sleep.
Yeah.
And so they were just like, he's asleep in the car and stuff. But it was crazy.
Yeah.
I forget why I brought that guy up.
I don't know. We had the redneck.
Hilarious.
Because it was. I mean, it was pretty.
Yeah,
funny.
we had I think it's like tied to a white trash redneck thing where it's if a guy passes out, they will just do the gayest thing.
Yeah.
The most homophobic guy will do the gayest thing that like literally pull your dick out and rub it on his face, and it's like that's like you're having gay.
You're like,
dude, look how gay he is. I'm making him suck my dick.
It was the same thing in my high school. We had an envelope.
Like, guys, you all are like kind of at least bi-curious. Like, it's fine.
We had an envelope labeled pubes. And we were collecting everybody's pubes throughout the year, just for some prank where somebody was going to get hit with them.
There's nothing I hate
come to fruition?
Yeah. We tied a kid up and put glue on his face and put.
Yeah, we committed a hate crime. There was a
what do you want out of me, Rich?
There was a gay kid.
All guys Catholics, well, they were savages.
That was great.
There was a gay kid who went to our school,
story.
and I was not a part of this, but there was one day they were serving hot dogs, and every person like stood up and just threw their hot dog at him at the same time. They took the wiener out and threw it at him because he was gay.
That's terrible.
Oh man, yeah, we ruined people's lives.
Yeah, I don't think I hate anything more than that because it was so like the anxiety you would feel just being like, am I going to be the guy who gets the fart sprayed in his face from the bottle? Yeah.
Am I going to be the butt of the joke today?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's laughing at you and you've got shit on your face. Yeah.
We would like fail kid like the teachers would be like, all right, you're gonna grade this guy's test, or you're gonna grade, like, you ever have that in school where they would like, everyone you grade
each other's papers.
We would like if we hated the people, we would just fail them. We were like ruining people's futures. It was like kids like not going to like college.
Yeah,
we were like, that's an F. I don't like your handwriting.
Right. I remember. This is a really embarrassing moment. It was like 6th grade, and I always had good grades, and the history teacher handed me, I had like a 50. It was like the first time I had like a grade that bad. And the kid behind me goes, haha, Jace got a 50. And I just started crying. I started bawling.
Jace.
And the teacher's like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Like, this does not matter. Like, what is happening? Oh yeah.
I thought I was going to go to prison in school one time. I was in like middle school and
you don't say.
It was in middle school. Yeah, I thought I was gonna. I don't know. They overreacted, man. I brought a assault rifle to school, loaded.
It's just kids being kids, y'all.
Nah, it was a weird thing. It was like the South Park movie had, we all loved the South Park movie, and I was like friends with this girl. We were all in this like group of friends together, and on AIM, like Instant Messenger.
Sure.
We like made like a different account and like pranked somebody and like just wrote a bunch of insults like shit, dick licking, motherfucking cocks, from the movie.
Yeah.
And this girl who was like really cool with all of us, I think her mom got wind of it, and like she was just forced by her mom to like make it a serious thing, and like and her mom pretended that it caused her so much stress it like flared up like a problem that she had.
There's always one parent who steps in and is like, well, I have to ruin kids' lives because I'm
ruined my
insane.
life. And so there was like a month at school where I remember the first day I got called out of class and the sheriff was there.
Yeah.
And it was all just a big like show to fuck with me. But and I remember having the most anxiety I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
In like 7th grade, terrified. I started crying in class. I thought I was like going to prison.
We had parents do similar stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember it happened with my brother. Like one of his friends shoved a fake love letter into somebody's locker, like from a girl that he had a crush on or something. And the kids, like, he was like a dork. I mean, he was like one of those kids where you're like, this is kind of like he's asking for, because he just sucks and he's an asshole and a dork. And she called the police down. Like they all had to go in front of the sheriff and everything. And they're like, this is technically like a hate crime, like what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what are you?
Yeah.
You're insane. To a kid, that's literally like, you don't have a concept of what life is like.
At all.
It's not like you're a 30-year-old man.
At all.
Yeah.
I literally thought like I was gonna die if I didn't like pass algebra or something. Like I didn't know what was next.
I thought my permanent record was real,
I thought that was a real thing too. Yeah.
Like I would be in job interviews and be like, it seems like you handed a fake love letter to a girl in 6th grade. I'm like, I'm gonna work at McDonald's forever.
We all just had a case of affluenza.
Yeah. I do wish, I have this real fantasy of going back, current brain, just put me in a 10 and just speed running my entire like teenage years. Just getting, first off, hella pussy.
Yeah.
Just getting hella laid.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Is it pedophilic?
It's like Click and you're just like railing out chicks in high school and then you...
Is it pedophilic to think about girls you went to high school back then in high school and want to fuck them then?
It's not. That's loophole, baby.
Is that that's how loophole. Does the loophole work?
I will still jerk off to sometimes when I was 15 and a girl put her huge tits on my neck to flirt with me
Yeah.
while I was sitting down, I'm going to jerk off to that.
Is that
And
allowed?
It's not a crime.
If we had
Your
chips,
Honor.
if we had chips in our brains, would they make that a crime? Like you couldn't pull up like old memories.
Probably. And that's
Honestly-
the future Pelosi wants, dude.
My mom was showing me pictures of me as a baby and shit the other day, and I'm like naked in the bath with like another kid, and I'm like, I'm like, there's gonna be a day where this isn't allowed.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't have pictures.
My
of your
friend sent me a
naked
video of his kid and his dick was out. I was literally like, hey, I don't want to see that. Like, don't send me a pic of that. Yeah. And then I saved it, uploaded it, sold it online. I'm like, well, this is getting sold. Let me download Tor real quick.
Holy shit, we've done almost 2 hours. What the fuck?
Well, time flies when I make you guys talk about death and fear. My two favorite topics.
This was a good little reset. We've
Yeah.
been it's been all nonstop fucking just the same
Johnny
jokes week after week.
Listen, some of us are artists. We can't all be Mr. Depp.
Sorry.
Impersonator.
Yeah,
you want
this
out of us?
podcast needs a little more depth.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
What are you doing after this, Jace?
I'll probably just hang out for a little bit if
All
you
right,
guys
hell
are
yeah.
chilling.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll chill for a little bit.
Of course.
I gotta go home afterwards.
What are you doing later at home?
I'm probably gonna masturbate to pornography, and then I got a commission I have to work on that somebody needs really quick.
Is that doing the commission shit's like working out well, right?
It comes and goes. It depends on how hard I'm working it. There's like been some weeks where I make like $1,000, $2,000.
That's awesome.
And I keep selling the NFTs, but I don't know how to cash them out. So I have like $1,500
Can I-
in NFTs.
Could I commission you to draw me a picture of your friend's kid naked? The picture. You
Sure, I'll do that. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I'll do that for free for the love of the game. There, it
We're
is
gonna
funny.
put-
I will
we're gonna
have
put it right here.
I will have people message me and they're like, everybody always messaging me like, how much for a commission? And I'm like, well, it depends on what you want, because some people are like, draw my face, but then some people are like, draw a fucking dragon or whatever.
You're like, go to fucking Times Square. All right,
Yeah.
I'm an artist. You piece of shit. I'm not drawing your fucking.
But some people have literally like people have asked me like, can you draw a picture of Britney Spears and she's got a gun to her fucking head? She's about to kill herself and her fucking huge stupid tits. And I was like, no, dude, I'm not gonna draw
You're like
something
no.
mean like that.
I forget that you're gonna
20
get.
thou.
Yeah. I legitimately like somebody has like sent me something not like that but close, and I'm like, I'll do
What's
it
the
for
worst?
$1,000.
What's the worst one?
There was one somebody sent me. It was like, can you make me a shooting target for a shooting range that's Casey Anthony holding her baby?
Oh
my god!
But they paid enough that I did it.
Yeah, you got to.
But that was the only time
Yeah,
I did it. I was legitimately, I kind of hate that I did this, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it again.
Why does the baby have to be in it?
I think it's just people who are like into that whole. They're like, it's people who are like, I have a twisted sense of humor. I like dead baby jokes. It's like that's
Right.
not. Well, this is not twisted at all.
No.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's.
You moron.
You're gonna get like weird shit the bigger you get.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've gotten weird. I've sent a lot of people to the general folder, so I can't read their messages.
Well, hopefully you just get big enough where you don't even have to.
Yeah, hopefully I get in a big car wreck going 90 and I'm paralyzed from the waist down.
We should finish up with something like that. I've always wanted to get in a big car wreck that changes my brain, and I'm like a brilliant, like I play piano, like a wizard afterwards.
Oh, you go good off of it.
Yeah. Like Roseanne and Sam Kinison were both in accidents, and I think it's why they
made them artists.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
No, that's why we're just fucking
Nothing.
bland. No
we're just
accident for us.
regular, very bad anxiety and depression. Yeah.
We need an accident.
Yeah. Well, I do wish I had something. I wish, like, part of that thing of like me taking my brain and putting it in 10-year-old me is I wish I had the ability to not give a shit about anything, like at a very young age, because I do think there's something about that really leads people to like, I mean, either they sell fentanyl and go to prison for life, or it's like, yeah, they started their own fucking startup and now they're worth, $20 million.
Yeah.
There's a type of average intelligence that I wish
Yeah.
I was a part of, where it's like, I have a friend that I'm thinking of from high school, got a bunch of girls, went to like a very basic university, has a very basic job, but makes enough money to buy a house. All he wants is to travel and be with his wife, and his wife's pregnant, and they're just doing life, and he's completely content. And I'm sure from time to time thinks like, oh, maybe, an aspiration here, and you just... whatever, I got a lot of pussy and I got drunk with my friends, and I have my friends and my wife and my kids on the way. All right, and he's not really thinking. I've known him my whole life. He was like a C student, whatever. Just that would be kind of, it's a ignorance is bliss situation. That would be very nice.
No ambition would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like a straight 100 IQ, great work ethic. and then that's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I worked with a guy at a warehouse, and he was just really excited to go to Buffalo Wild Wings on Friday. And I remember thinking, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life.
Right.
I can't do this.
Well, there is a certain part of like, I'm 31 now, and there's a certain part of you that's like, okay, well, you kind of dealt with the like, you're hitting 30 and nothing happened the way you wanted it to. And then you're like, well, there's like probably 30 more years. So it's like, okay, well, how do I figure out those 30 years? And so now it's like all these goals of like, okay, try to get a nice paying work from home job, get a good workout routine, find a lady, keep making art like you still want to make it, like all this type of stuff that, just make your life, even if it's small, which is fine, just make it as nice as you can, in that smallness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you buy some microgreens, watch them grow.
Right.
Right? That's a new thing I see.
Well, I do think there's something we've known people who are still stuck in the I gotta make it big, because then it'll all be good. And it's just like those people have like their brains have gotten sucked out of their head. Yeah,
it doesn't work.
It's brutal. Yeah,
no,
and it's based on this false notion that if you make it big, you'll be happy. Big, quote unquote, whatever even the fuck that means.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, literally, what does it mean?
What does it? Nobody knows.
People get specials on,
and we've known people who've quote unquote made it big, and it's like they feel it's your life changes, but you feel like the exact same asshole inside your life. It's like everything's exactly the same for the most part.
Yeah. That being said, I would love to be famous.
I would love to be very rich.
I would love a lot of money, but I would love. Yeah. How about this?
I would like to be very rich.
I just want like money and fame. I've always thought it'd be great to like because I want money and fame to be like if I'm out and people recognize me, I'd love to just be like, everyone, the food's on me. I just want to like be like Elvis. How Elvis would just like walk around and be like, hey baby, here's a car. Hey
here's
baby,
a car,
like, here, here's an abortion.
Or
baby.
you hear somebody, you hear somebody's down there like, hey, here's a grand. Go buy yourself some heroin.
Yeah, shit like that. I love stories like that.
Yeah.
Like Shaq, he'll just buy a guy a car.
Right.
Like
I would love to be that guy.
That's the coolest part of like of when
I've been on the
famous.
receiving end of that from people in my family who have made a lot of money, and it's like it's really like a nice, beautiful.
Yeah.
Like my uncle I've told you about, who founded his own prescription company, very rich, and he basically like changed our lives, like just helped us out with money.
Yeah.
It's like we would have been living in like a fucking trailer, like 6 people, and we had like a decent life because of that.
It's amazing what people can do. And then
I used to write him letters that were literally like, I was so appreciative. I would write him like fucking these long letters, this fancy paper, like pen. I would have drawings all over. I was like, you've changed my life. I can go to college. Like, you'll never know how much like you've like graced our family, like stuff like that. Because it's just like you cannot express how much that like means to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I spent most of his money drinking.
Didn't have a story like that in my family. My grandpa left my dad a bunch of debt and then left him an RV that he hadn't paid off. And then my dad got the payments. And I'm sure my dad will leave me
an embezzlement
some
scandal.
other family he has
Right.
somewhere.
Your dad has a full Asian family in Alhambra. It's a little Asian Devon walking around.
Yeah. Well, what age were you when your uncle gave the money to you?
So that was probably 12, and he started supporting my parents a lot. But it was more the fact that every Christmas he would be like, this money goes to your to your college. Because I was basically just going to go to community college or whatever.
When I was...
And every year he'd be like, hey, here's 10 grand. And over like 7 years, it's like, oh, this is going to pay for my entire college. And I had a little bit left over, which I did spend all on because I had a fucking drinking problem at the time. But whatever. What are you going to do?
When I was around that age, my parents got divorced, and my grandma has money, but my grandma and mom hate each other. So when my parents got divorced, lost a lot of money getting divorced, and then my grandma wouldn't give my mom any money, and we lived in a little apartment. So similar.
You got pwned by your grandma.
My mom got the like single man apartment. That's like the one where it's like it's in the same neighborhood.
Right, but much sadder.
Just an air mattress on the floor. Your mom was living like fucking Matthew McConaughey.
That's Ben and Katie the whole time. They're like, you should find a place near us in Beverly Hills. And I'm like, I would love to.
Yeah.
But they literally like, it all means very well because I do love them. But they're like, hey, look at this apartment. I'm like, this apartment's $9 grand a month. I'm like, wish I could, lady. But
oh man,
yeah.
My grandma was paying for my dad, I went to this private Catholic school, and then my dad got fired like right after I got in, or like a year into it, and then my grandma just kept paying for the school. And I went on to find that out later because I was always like, how are we paying for this? Like, we're like broke. Like, we're always talking about money, and yet I go to a private school.
Yeah.
And it was just because like she had that old school mentality of like, this is super important to go to college.
Yeah.
And then I didn't go to college. She died. She died. My grandma died thinking I was like just like a gay fat man. She never knew me ever with like a girl, and I was just a fat piece of shit that wanted to suck Kobe's dick the whole time she knew me.
She died.
She literally died thinking I was just a complete like a fat weirdo that wanted to fuck Kobe Bryant, and never talked to a lady ever.
Oh shit!
I used to hang out with her, and I would get like 9 Cokes. You know, the free refills. She loved Acapulco. We'd go to Acapulco all the time. She always had coupons for Acapulco. It was like date night with my grandma, and to me, my grandma thought I was just like Truman Capote without any writing skill.
Yeah, my parents were kind of the same because it was like they were always stressed about money and stuff like that, and then they legitimately like. Any other situation, their lives would have been ruined, and then I'd have to go to my grandparents and be like, "Can we have $40,000?" And they would just like help them out of a jam.
Yeah,
because they were the people who they're like, "Hey, we make $60,000 a year combined. Let's have 4 kids."
Yeah,
you know,
I remember
4 giant kids who drank 2 gallons of milk each a week. You idiot.
Yeah, like let's have the kids from Gummo. Those 2 brothers that fight each other.
Our bath budget and spaghetti is out of the roof. I spent $2,000 on spaghetti this week.
Spaghetti. That's another funny thing. When people are raising families, they're just like, I don't know, carbs are not a thing. Everyone's just eating pasta every night.
Everybody pasta every night.
Pasta every fucking night.
The worst chicken you've ever tasted.
The worst chicken. You better eat that one broccoli, though.
Katie recently was like talking, because she had a very nice family, so it's always funny comparing notes.
Sweetest people I've ever met.
Sweetest people ever. It's very funny comparing notes, because she's always like, will say something like, what'd you guys have for breakfast in the morning? Like, what would your mom make you? And I was like, I don't think we had breakfast ever. She's like, oh, you just want to eat? I'm like, nah, I don't think so. Their mom just wanted to feed us, and then we just go to school and have headaches till like noon.
Yeah.
And eat the pizza off the tray. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Katie's got like the full stack of flapjack,
yeah,
the butter that drips, and the syrup.
She's got like the TikTok, like, I'm packing my husband's lunch today, and it's like I cut up a cucumber into a star, and I wrote a little note that says I love him.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
My mom would just like throw like a frozen, like a microwave, like frozen thing from Trader Joe's in like a bag.
That's not bad, actually.
It was all right.
That's not bad.
I felt like it was horrible as a kid. I wanted a Lunchable. I just wanted
Lunchables did rule, yeah.
Lunchables ran shit.
Yeah.
Lunchables were a currency.
Right.
You
See,
know?
we got free. My dad was a coach, so we always got free lunches, so we had to do that. So I think that kept my family afloat for a while. Was school free lunches.
My mom started going to Whole Foods, so I would get like regular kid lunch, like a PB&J.
Ooh, Mr. Fancy over here.
It's not going that direction. I'd get like a regular PB&J, whatever, but it'd be like on, multi-grain bread with like apricot jelly and like that natural peanut butter.
Yeah.
And I just would not, I'd take a bite.
You know those kids that ate those fruit leathers?
So I was just hungry.
From Trader Joe's?
Oh, yeah. Fuck those
and
kids.
the Hansons.
Yeah.
The Hanson soda.
The pressed.
Hey, how about this? Here's a big fuck you.
Fuck that
to
kid.
your parents. Fuck you. You have no idea the misery you brought on me.
Those
All I
things
wanted
sucked.
was a goddamn Pepsi and some GMO food, and you fucking are. I want a leather stick?
I loved the cafeteria pizza and the bag of chocolate milk that you would put the straw in.
Yeah.
Because we had bags that they would give us
we
of
had
chocolate milk.
cartons.
Yeah, we didn't have that fancy carton money.
That shit was nasty, like the Louis joke. Like you couldn't open it, and your dirty fingers would make it black.
Ours was so weird because it was like a square. It was like something you played like cornhole with, and then it was just milk, and then you had to poke a straw in the middle of it.
Yeah,
but
and you'd have to bend all the way over. Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
we throw it at the gay kid all the time.
Our school was
they were just handing out water balloons to gay bash somebody, pretty much.
Our school was so cheap they tried to set up this deal with this Italian restaurant in Glendale, but it was an Armenian Italian restaurant. It was run by Armenians.
Right.
It was called like Mario's. You know, you'd find like a fucking beeper in your calzone.
Yeah, Lexus medallion.
Yeah.
You find a Mercedes hood ornament in the calzone.
Yeah. In the penne carbonara.
Yeah, you're like, this is fettuccine. It's made with fucking hummus. What the hell?
My food is covered in hair.
My food is a black eye. And so like they set up this deal with them for the catering, and like everyone would get like a cheaper lunch, and the parents wouldn't have to pack lunches anymore, and it was like unbelievably bad food.
Yeah.
Horrific, disgusting, like worse than microwavable food.
Those Armenian restaurants are some of the worst dining experiences I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Where it's like I cannot believe how terrible this
Armenians
is.
are always trying to pose as another culture. Like if it was an Armenian restaurant with just Armenian,
No, that's not what I mean.
It'd be great. But they're always trying to like pretend that it's like French food.
Yeah. You have to like if you're in Glendale, you have to avoid any place called like Mr. Pizza Head or something like that.
Yeah.
A foreigner's grasp of another non-American.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mr. Pizza Head.
They're like, what do you mean? It's Italian.
What do you mean?
We have a picture of Godfather on the front.
Yeah, it's the pizza's bread and chopped tomatoes. Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ. They just gave me a meal ration from the army.
Yeah, I mean, also, they never salads from pizza places were always terrible.
Oh yeah, don't get me started.
Don't even get me started. Let's do another hour on this.
Yeah. Are we about that time? Because I'm starting to get pretty
We're at
sweaty.
that time. Yeah. We could wrap it up.
call it.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Manscaped,
Oh,
folks.
Jesus. We're always fucking
2
this up.
hours in.
Wait, do you guys actually have an
It's
ad?
like a trial run, and we need like 9 people.
Hey, record it now and put it in the middle. Just edit it
We don't know
in.
how to do that.
You don't know how
I
to
could
do that?
on the,
Doesn't
on the
matter.
video. I could do it. Audio wise, I don't know how to do that. Video, I know how to
Just
do that.
Google it. You can do it. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Please go buy Manscaped. Start with please. Promo code HATEWATCH. Go to manscaped.com and get a pack. We all have them. We've been using them. I used it yesterday, actually. It's really good. The ball toner's great.
I actually have one because, I just get free stuff that they gave to the Tim Dillon show all the time.
Yeah.
So I have that. I use it anytime I'm about to get my rod sucked on.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah. It works great.
And it works really
works
well.
great.
No, it's awesome. Like if you use it right before, like Jay said, your rod's about to get sucked on.
Yeah.
And and then you go right to it. She goes, and then she's like, "Oh, there's all this like hair in my teeth." So because it's not gonna, it's still gonna fly everywhere.
What do you mean?
No. If you use it, there's not
if
hair
you
in her
use
teeth.
Manscaped,
They'll
that doesn't happen.
but Manscaped.
No, there's not going to be that
No,
because
that's
the product is
You use
good.
Manscaped, but other
Okay.
products.
Other products.
Oh, well, nobody heard you say
Yeah.
other
It'll-
products.
it'll
Sounds like you're
keep
just
straight-
tanking our entire operation.
No, what
here.
I'm saying is when you freshly shave it, right, hair flies everywhere.
Right.
Right. But and if you don't shower, or if you wait, even if you shower, if you go right to it, there'll be stray hairs. But I'm saying not with Manscaped.
Okay.
If you put in the Hate Watch promo.
Boy, what a horrible.
One time, I'm just remembering literally one time I shaved right before getting head, and then it was
When you
getting-
use the
it was getting
competitor's
hair.
product.
No, when you use
Yes,
the competitor's
yes,
product,
yes,
that
yes.
happens.
Hey, we're new.
Jesus
We're new to the
Christ.
advertising
Okay,
game.
but if you use Manscaped, it's great. The ball toner is excellent.
Yeah, and there's something about, I don't know, when I shave my rod because it's about to get sucked.
Yeah.
It feels a lot bigger,
It does. It makes your
Yeah.
Johnson look huge.
It gives you a big
If
Johnson.
you use Manscaped, you could use the fucking thing on your ass too. Everything.
Right.
I mean, you could shave your
Well,
fucking head with
I
it,
do no
probably.
guard, and then I just go everywhere around because I like to leave a little bit. So I
Yeah.
just go like a lightsaber around my dick and balls.
And if you use
Yeah.
and just get everything, and it leaves like a little.
It's great.
A
You could
crew cut.
You could
Yeah.
do designs on your pubes too.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you could-
true.
you could look like fucking. You could give a flat top. You make your dick look like fucking
Yeah.
DJ Jazzy Jeff. It's a wonderful product, and the underwear is tremendous too.
The underwear is
underwear.
Nice.
Use
Yeah.
promo code HATEWATCH at manscaped.com.
And you go use the promo code, so they'll give these guys more ads
Use
and
the
money.
promo code so we could keep doing this and not kill ourselves.
Right.
Like we've
They
talked about
are
all
going to
episode.
kill themselves.
Anyway, you guys have you seen that? We saw the Golden Gate Bridge suicide documentary.
Oh,
we talked about that a long time ago.
I send gifs from that all the time to people.
Should we go watch it?
Yeah, we should put it on.
Let's go watch it. Manscaped. Those people were very aerodynamic when they jumped off the bridge because their pubes were shaved with Manscaped.
That's right.
Thanks for listening. Promo code HateWatch. Please help us.